Good evening, folks. How are you all doing? I hope you're well. So, what do you think of the title? I thought that was pretty cool. 15 minutes of drain. Meet the fruit flies. Open panel. So, there's been quite the demand on the bee. Everybody wants to get on, talk to the bee. So, I thought, why not do an open panel discussion on a Thursday? So, there you go. Every Thursday, all you fruit flies can come and talk to me. Absolutely free. Pretty cool, huh? Pretty cool. So so what I'll do is yeah, I'm just gonna drop the link in the chat. Well, what I might do is blast through because I think Michael's telling me a story, and I got to blast through that, but, let's see what Michael Hayward's going on about. "Active shooter, this is rubbish." Well, I thought you liked sludge, active shooter. I thought you were into that shit. I saw you buzzing around something that looked sludgy the other day. I did it just for you. Michael Hayward, shoot up, piss up a rope, or hang off the end of one. Yes. Michael Hayward, they missed. But as oh shit, I've missed on here. What the? You deleted a comment, dude. Does that not come through? 'Cause apparently there's been Susan Wojcicki and Greta Thunberg done a drive-by. They missed, but as they drove away, they said, "Tell Hively he's next." And if any smackheads If any smackheads need it, they can third. They can come third. Well, I'll tell Shooter. Thanks, Michael Hayward. Um, Michael Hayward getting into a spot of bother due to the globalists trying to shut him down. Well, very fun, sir. Very fun. Well, let me do this. Let me do this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw a link in. Who we actually got here, by the way? Nemo's here. Oh, you know what? Let me just blast through these, and when I see some people that actually want to come up, and let me know if you do want to come up. I'll throw the link in the chat, basically. You could come up for your 15 minutes of drain with me, the B-Man. Totally cool, free promotion, helping the cross-pollination of the truth comedy ecosystem. How cool of me. Michael Hayward, I am truly afraid. Google moderator's face looks exactly like his avatar. What, a giant G? Is that what that was? Like a giant G, two-dimensional letter G, was it? I can't even remember. Michael Hayward, Greta was throwing up gang signs while Wojcicki was shooting. Greta, what did I tell you about pretending to be a gangster? You're not from the hood. You're totally spoiled. Literally, the definition of the word spoiled. They ruined you, honey. Um, Michael Hayward, who puts fish in a storm drain? I know, yeah. What the fuck? What the? You ever seen those? I don't know if it's Taiwanese homes or something like that. But they've got fish that come up into the kitchen. They've got little, like they've got a connection with the local river, and the fish just swim up into their kitchen. They get what they need and throw the waste back into little fishy sink thing. That's that's what I'm into, Greta. Why don't you promote that shit instead of Extinction Smelly Onion? Huh? Huh? Michael Hayward, keep ignoring me, and this situation will worsen. All right, well, fellow fruit flies, Michael Hayward needs our help. I think we're gonna Shooter. You're gonna have to spend the night with Michael Hayward again. Not in that way. You're gonna guard the guy. He's in trouble. Globalists trying to take him out, man. Michael Hayward using the old message retractor now. What? Are you right? Well, it would have helped if I got to read it first, mate, for the narrative. But fortunately, I am omnipresent. Scotty FJC. Hey, Hyveless. Hello, sir. Are you? I think I made you a mod, Scotty. Right? Let me have a little glance. Pretty sure I modded you up, bruh. Um, Not because you were particularly hilarious, but because you were totally awesome, which also will get you a spanner. Just saying. So Uncle Bones, I was first. I have always been first. Put that in your memoirs. Hiveless It'll be one of the lines in the song that I write for you, then, Bones. All right. I was first to polish my shoes in the shower. That's how it's gonna go, Uncle Bones. Anyone who doesn't know what the fuck I'm on about, watch yesterday's stream. Michael Hayward, PETA, what? PETA's mad about you throwing those bees out of that plane. Do you know, dude? Let me research that later. I'm pretty, yeah. Do you know what? I've heard of that institution, haven't I? Did they? All right, let me look at that. It will become part of the B meta universe, Michael Hayward. Now's not the time, but I'll look it up later. Thank you. Thank you. Nemo, I saw you in Hake's stream again. I love that stream. Hello, Loot, Shalom, Aloha, Bonus Dears. What is Bonus Dears? Bonus Dears, ha ha ha. Scotty FJC. Actually, Nemo, have you been modded yet or not? Has he been modded? Yes, totally, of course. Oh yeah, I remember. He was a reluctant mod. He doesn't want to be part of a cult, but too fucking bad. You drinking the Kool-Aid, dude. You gonna drink the Kool-Aid. Scott, there's no Kool-Aid, guys. That's the point. It's a joke cult. A joke cult. And everyone in the little chat, by the way, for anyone who doesn't know, they are the fruit flyers. The little chat people with the little name tags. Fruit flyers. I'm gonna get to meet them today. Totally cool. Well, let's see who we got. Let me just blast through this. I want to see if there's any willing volunteers. Hey, any of you guys not totally fucking shitting it that you'd come and talk to the bee? Come out. Active shooter, when are posting a video of how you make wabbit stew? Ha ha ha. Let's just see how the Mexican gets along. Let's just see if the Mexican says some shit, then maybe then shooter. I'll just see how it goes, bro. See what happens. But I've got quite a treat should that ever happen. Let's just put it that way. Scotty FJC, hey shooter. Active shooter, Scotty Boner, Michael. Nemo, hello, Scotty Bones, and everybody. Yes, everybody's saying hello to everybody and their mama. You know what? Right, without me fucking around, because I see it's already banging the chat, and I'm just never going to catch up. So I'm just going to jump ahead. You got to. Right, what's Wajiki saying at least? Fucking hell. Susan Wajiki, hi all. I've decided I want to be a bee mason. Well, good. I actually never did demod you, Susan Wajiki, because I was scared that some fake Susan Wajiki might come in and pretend to be you. But which officially does mean that you're sort of by default proxy a bee mason. But how about you just have to give me a community bar prematurely, okay? And then I'll consider it. And actually, Sagipur, I think you did okay after yesterday's stream in the end, didn't you? I'm pretty sure you cracked the 50 mark. So well done, everybody. Thanks for subscribing to Sagipur, because he makes epic EDM music that you might be able to use for one of your future videos, maybe. But, you know, you got to support each other and all that shit. Active shooter, sorry, Michael, the state pay better for single. Right, I'm trying to actually get to Brandy. What's Brandy saying? Hi, Scott. Oh, she's just saying hello. So who wants to be the first? Who wants to be the very first person on my very first episode of 15 minutes of drain? Who wants their 15 minutes in the drain with me? Who wants it? Brandy, do you want it? In fact, you know what I might do, guys? You know what I'm going to just do? Here you go. This is the link to my StreamYard, and this is the whole fucking point. So if you want to jump on with me, and you're not a total troll, if you want to jump on, you can jump on. Okay? That's the point. I triple dare you. And the first one to do it becomes an automatic 33rd degree bee mason. Not one of those masons, a bee mason. Okay? Susan Majiki, hi, Brandy. Well, you know, I thought that, like, Thursdays could just be our day for, you know, talking total shit to each other in real life. Right, what's going on? What's going on with the chat? I'm never going to catch up, but You saying, Scotty, you're from Brisbane, Australia? Is that what you're saying? Oh, really? Brisbane, Australia, Brandy. Cool. Nice. Every day is morning there, Brandy. Morning for the loss of freedom. Because Australia has gone fucking insane. True story. Michael Hayward, I liked your story, dude. Nice. I'm glad you didn't die. I'm glad. Um, so, Brandy, I know Hyveless is 5 hours ahead of me. I need to learn all the time differences. Yeah, what is it? 5 different time zones or 6 or something? Yeah, I want to know how that works as well. Oh, how's the sound actually? Shit, I meant to check again. Hang on. Yes, it sounds fine, I think. Um, right. So I'm just waiting. If you click that link, just in case you've never done it before, you click the link, you go through a few little stages where it gets you to set up your volume, avatar, name, and then you come backstage into the little studio. It's just like a little Zoom call thing. And yeah, it's at the very least quite demystifying for anyone who's never done it before. You'll get to see what it's all about. But if it's someone I don't recognize, then from the chat or something, I might not let them on because I've had the odd little troll situation with that before. But Susan Majiki, I don't actually have any power B. I'm just a front man. Right, you're Klaus Schwab's mask, kind of. You're gives good head of PR for Klaus Schwab, yeah. You're not young enough, Susan, for that. I don't believe you. He wouldn't hire someone so fucking stiff. Actually, he probably would. So stiff. Uncle Bones. In fact, Alexa literally has more personality than you. I'm not even joking. No offense, but it's true. Right, where are we at? What are we saying? Any takers? So anyone who's just come in, I've already put the link to the StreamYard if you want to come and join me. It's already in the chat. So do it. Active Shooter, watch out, people. He smells of fish. Yes. The proverbial smell of fish. But what if I told you that you've just been shoving a load of fish up your own nose? Huh? Everything smells like fish to a paranoid schizophrenic shooter. Michael Hayward, Scotty, I'm just bulletproofing a few things today. Good lad. Yeah. Good shout. Scotty FJC, fair enough, Michael. Yes, it's fair enough. Susan Wojcicki and Greta Thunberg, shooting at you and throwing up gang signs. Reasonable reaction. Bulletproof some shit. Susan Wojcicki, shooter, I've heard you smell of smoke. I think you have the plague. Isn't that? Oh no, isn't that what you get when you're having a stroke? Yeah, Susan, you're just having a perpetual stroke. No offense to people who've had strokes. Tarai Deas. Hello, all. Nice to see you again. Very nice to see you. I like your avatar, by the way. It's very cool. Actually, Tarai Deas. Yeah, Tarai Deas, just so you know. Let me see. Where are we at? Have you been modded, Tarai Deas, or not? I don't know. Well, I can't actually tell right now for this second, but yeah. Well, just in case you haven't been modded, Taro Deus, just be totally awesome and hilarious, and you will be. But I can't actually tell right now because my YouTube screen's a bit slow. Right, is anyone any takers, guys, for that link? Brandy, do you want to come up? Oh, look who we got. Hey, here you go. Wagon, jump on this if you want to. If you're up for it, Wagon, get your ass on that link. All right. There you go. I just posted it. Up to you, Wagon. Up to you. Or you can just hang around and just wait for someone else to be brave. That's fine too. Active shooter and paraffin, Susan. Yes. Exactly. If everything stinks of shit, it's probably up your own nose, Susan Wojcicki. Just saying. Um, Made it. Good, Wagon Breath. I feel so fucking special. Thank you. I'm honored. Ooh, I'm a wrench. Oh, right. Well, you're not before anyway. Well, yeah, you deserved one for jumping up like on the first night, to be fair, honey. I just only just noticed that you hadn't got one, so good. Welcome to the B Masons. Strictly heterosexual initiations. Um, I'll if we have a 8-bit karaoke this weekend for the poor man's disco stream, if everyone makes it to the after party, I'll initiate you myself, Wagon Breath. Okay, good. Scotty FJC, you got Spaniard. Yeah, you got totally Spaniard. So did you, Scotty. I hope you like it. Torre Deos, I hope Torre Deos isn't naked all by herself. That's cool. I can't tell, honestly. I'm looking back. I just cannot. Oh, Torre Deos. I see it. Well, I'll tell you what, Torre Deos. All right, Torre Deos, just be totally fucking awesome. Keep being totally awesome, and you'll get a spanner in the end. Yeah, you will. Or be hilarious. Either or, I don't mind. Brandy smells like fish, tastes like chicken. Bend down, keep on licking. Okay. Wow. Is that how you conceived your children? Did that do it for you? Is that what your husband said to you? Edgy stuff. Fucking hell, guys. So what you're saying, guys, who wants their 15 minutes of drain? Who wants to be the first person on the first show? Michael Hayward, Susan, I still think you're hot. She's a powerful woman. I mean, like I said, didn't someone say she was a stripper or something when she was in college? Yeah, nah, doesn't do it for me. Sorry. Not into robots. Well, actually, Mark Zuckerberg, Scotty FJC, Brandy's been reading my journal again. Well, see, you would have got a spanner for that, Scotty, if I hadn't already given you one. Brandy. Oh, right. Sophia Bell. Hi, Atlas B. Hi, all. Wow, Sophia Bell, are you a magic person, Sophia Bell? What's your grift? What's your mooch? Are you into magic and spellcraft? And do you recognize that I am conducting spellcraft right now? Thought forms, sound vibrations, intentions, communication. See? What are you into, Sophie Bell? Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. Scotty FJC, hi, Sophia. Hey, and if anyone wants to jump on that link, it's scroll up. If anyone wants to jump on with me, then scroll up. All right? Scroll up and you got a link and you can come and do it. Oh, Wagon Breadth is a total legend. Nice, Wagon Breadth. Okay, let's see if this works. Okay, here we go. Wagon Breadth, hello.
Hello.
Hello. You are very brave. I totally respect you. Thank you.
Yes, absolutely. I couldn't just leave you hanging. It's not cool.
Oh man, you totally got my back, Wagon Breath. She rocks, guys. She's the coolest of all you fruit flies. At least she got balls, guys. She got bigger balls than you, Michael Hayward, an active shooter.
Bulls.
Yeah. Oh, the Russian. Oh yes, the Russian. What have you been doing with your spooky cat of late, then, Russian?
I've been interviewing this cat, and she does not want to speak to me.
Oh, cats. Well, don't they say that cats? Oh, what is it? Isn't there a meme about dogs, how they're desperate if you call them on the phone, but cats, I'll get back to you later. Me.
Quite. Yes. This is true.
Oh. And so, are you like a Bond evil villain kind of ish?
Wouldn't you like to know?
Oh, I would like to know, yes, Wagon Breath, yes, I would. But I don't want to hear from the Russian anymore. I'm sick of the Russian. I want to talk to Wagon Breath, and then we'll get the Russian back soon, okay?
I mean, I told you I slit people's throats at night, so of course, I'm a villain. No.
Yeah, no, I know. Well, I already told you I'm a Scorpio rising, so I got that whole sort of villainous exterior, but I'm kind of, soft and gooey on the inside. Do you want to see?
Sure, let me see.
Okay,
Let me get my
go for
knife.
it. So how you been? You didn't get to do your proper setup. I remember you said you wanted to get a setup going. I thought it was probably too short a notice, to be fair, but it's all good.
Yeah, I didn't. Well, plus I'm technically at work, so you can't be
Oh, are
dragging
you?
that stuff in. I am.
Right. Well, if you need to
See,
mute and do something and jump off, then just let me know, obviously.
I will for sure.
Awesome. So for anyone who hasn't met Wagon Breadth, there she is.
Quite.
And actually, Brandy, could you get Wagon Breadth's link? Because that's the whole point of this, guys. It's a total grift. It's a total cross-pollination grift stream of everybody sub for sub in. So
Quite.
so if anyone could get Wagon Brett's link and just continuously post the shit out of it while she's on, kinda, then and that's pretty cool, isn't it? Why not? Because fortune favors the bold, isn't that right, Wagon Brett?
You are correct. You are correct.
So what are you gonna do for me though? That's what I want to
Hmm.
know.
Let me think about that. There are a few options, but they're all pretty dastardly. So,
Oh my god, are you gonna put me in a box and like stick things into the box?
swords,
Like,
yes. If you mean
swords.
things, swords, yes.
Oh right, shit. Okay, I don't know if
That would be
actually.
kind of cool, though, wouldn't it?
Well, I don't know. It would be worse. Well, maybe there was worse ways to go. I don't. Probably not though.
I mean,
Pretty grim.
the illusion would be cool, not actually,
Yeah.
creating a
Yeah.
bloody box of parts.
No, exactly. But if it was a small enough box, I might not lose blood pressure, and I could possibly survive.
Well, if I kept you in there a little bit longer, you might even start to heal yourself. Yeah.
Do you know what? Yeah, for the next session, ready for the next session, start to heal for the next session. Are you a professional BDSM chick? Proper?
No, never.
Well, you should be. You're good at it.
I'm all talk. I'm all talk.
Ah, so maybe you are like an Aquarian sort of rising. Oh no. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, right. I don't believe you. She's having me on. She's having me on. Actually, you know what? I've just realized. Sorry, Wagon. Let me just get this. So, Brandy's posting up the Weird Messiah link. But something tells me. Did you mean to do that, Brandy, or not? What the? Oh, Weird Messiah's here. Right, I can see that. Oh, Brandy's just totally on it. Brandy is totally awesome. Yeah. Weird Messiah's in the house, people. Yo. Oh, Bigfoot and Non's in the house. Yeah, sorry, guys. I just didn't clock you until now. I can't sort of jam through the chats proper like on this one. But yeah, so what do you want to talk about, Wagon Bread? Anything you want. I want you to steer the conversation. What would you like to ask the bee man, Fruit Fly?
Were you in a lot of pain when you gave birth?
To my conception of reality.
Yes.
Yes. Yes, it's painful trying to advertise how things really are to a world that are completely upside down and back to front about what's going down. So, but I started my little YouTube stall, and slowly but surely, I'm starting to bend people's minds to see what's up. The grift is all powerful. Wagon,
are you bending your idea?
Oh, you're cutting out. Sorry, honey. Yeah, you must be some. There must be some mad interference. Hello. Are you still there, hon?
Hold on, I'll be right back.
Awesome. Wagon breath. That made her a little too excited because I got all like I got all awesome and that pushed her over the edge. So she has to go and clean up or something. But let's see what the chat's saying in the meantime. Scotty FJC, how are you, mate? Sorry I missed your live earlier, Connor. Dead of night over here when you went live, but yes, Connor, I only seem to catch the end of that, which is a shame, but I watched a little bit back retrospectively of you feeding some duck-looking beings by a tree, but I want to see the fishing bit too. Bigfoot unknown. Going good icon. Oh, Icon's here. Well, like I said, I've just had to skip past a load of comments and stuff. Oh, Icon's here. Right. So just so you know, guys, let's so Wagon Brett's gonna hang out for a bit. And then whenever y'all are ready to sort of jump on and we'll overlap. So everyone gets essentially 15-ish minutes of drain, roughly, give or take, depending on how epic it is. But yeah, and then there might be a little overlap. So I'm not going to stop you, Icon, if you scroll up and smash that link. So yeah, that's up to you. If you want to smash that link, since Wagon's sitting back for a second, then Icon, if you want to smash that link and come and say hello to Wagon and myself, you can do it. Brandy, same goes for you. Or Shooter, wouldn't that be novel if Shooter actually just fucking got on and was like, "It's been a bit of change, Governor." Wouldn't that be cool? What's he saying?
My
Active Shooter.
apologies.
Oh, you're back, honey. Great. Active Shooter's saying, "My balls are small." You are correct. My dick, on the other hand, is tiny. I added the bit at the end, but I'm pretty sure that's where he was going with it. Wagon Breath, how you doing? Is this Hey, Wagon Breath, please massage my ego and tell me this is one of the hippest joints to hang out on the interwebs.
Oh, it's absolutely the hippest. Hippest. I've never been to any place this cool.
I know, right? It's like
Thank you for
totally
introducing
like
me. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Well, now you're part of the what? Wallpaper? I don't know. Part of furniture. That's it. Now you're part of the furniture, honey. Awesome. What do you want
Is
to be?
it,
A
it
hat stand?
is it lickable wallpaper?
Oh my god, fucking hell yeah. It's Willy Wonka lickable wallpaper, right on. I'm gonna lick your concentric circles, Wagon Breath. I'm gonna do it. Yeah, interesting. Michael Hayward. Sorry, Icon. You had a message retracted. Also, oh, what? Well, not on account of me anyway. Unless you're trying to say a word that I've banned, which is only one of two words: the plague and the Vaseline word. But I'm sure my crew know better than that. So it must be. You know what? It must be internal Google mods then, if it's anything else. To be fair, Michael Hayward, Russian wagon. Russian wagon, yes. Oh, Russian wagon, honey, they're saying.
The Russian left the building.
Okay, then. So, honey, what are you doing?
Russian out.
Go on. Oh, well, I apologize. It was my bad, people. Well, honey, what do you want to get into, man? Honestly, would you want to ask me anything? What do you want to know? What do you want to? Yeah, what do you want to know? I don't know.
I thought I was here to be drained.
Oh, I'll fucking drain you. Yeah. No, it's the fruit
For
flies
fuck's sake.
drain. Okay, you're right. Because we ain't got honey. There's no honey in this hive, so I've got to drain you of. I want to drain you of inspiration. You're right. Okay. Well, all right. Let riddle me this then, Wagon Brett. Right. What is worth extracting out of you? Let me ask you that.
So when Hell came on the other day and she was talking about medieval poetry, is that something that you guys do? That you do?
No, not normally, and I hear you fighting to stop some sort of mad echo situation. But I respect it. It's all good. No, that's not normal, honey. What happened was a sub called Active Shooter. Oh, I see you, Jeff. Just chill, bruv, and I got you, bruv. God, he's right on time. That man don't fuck around. Yeah. So basically, R2D2 just left me a little comment and said, "Hey, do you know about the Carmina Burana?" I was like, "No, I'll look into it." And when I looked into it, it sounded really fucking cool. So there you go. So I learned all about it. I thought I'll throw together a show in like 20 minutes, basically, or half an hour or something, and that's what the result was.
Lovely. Lovely.
Lovely, lovely. Well, listen, Wagon, am I right in saying that you're what are you fighting there? Are you sort of fighting some sort of weird echoey situation? What is up with that?
I am, because some douchebag called me while I was on the stream. So let me get off and then back on again.
Well, I'll tell you what, honey, let me do this because Jeff's just jumped in anyway. So,
Okay, good.
So yeah, but you know what? You can we'll either pop back on in a bit or something like that for another at least like 5 because the sort of sound wasn't very good and stuff. But yeah, go and chill, sort your shit out, and love you, and I'll see you soon.
Mwah.
Mwah. Okay then. Guys, how was that? Technical difficulties, guys. We were trying our best. Well, Jeff is backstage with me, and I suppose I'll wait until he signals me that he's ready to go. Although, let me see. Let me do this. You ready, Jeff? Does anyone know Jeff Harding? I'm sure there's a few people that know Jeff Harding. Jeff Harding's totally backstage with the B guy. How cool is that? Well, by the way, everyone go and sub to Wagon just for being totally fucking brave and getting on. This is the day where the fruit flies get to fuck around and be a circle of drain with the B guy. What do you think? What's everyone think of the name? I don't know. Just trying it out. It sounds pretty cult, classic-y, underground, grungy, cool. Active shooter sounds quiet there in the strip club Wagon. Oh, was it a little dodgy sound, bit quiet? Because I am, yeah, right. I'll have to listen to that back then to know. That's right. Keep me with an eye on the sound, guys. Yeah, I do appreciate it. And what I'm just going to actually do. What's she saying? Freaking douchebags! How dare they call me? What? I was at work or something. Damn. So you ready, Jeff? Let me get Jeff up. I'm going to just assume Jeff is ready. How you doing, Jeff?
Good. How are you?
Hey, you there, my man?
Can you hear me?
I can. I didn't see that you'd messaged me back. I'm ready as shit. Good man. I got you. Well, me and Jeff been DMing back and forth a little bit, and we got a little bit of a tug of war going on here, guys. It's I don't know if we're vying for most alpha male status, but I think we've pretty much agreed to maybe at least share the top dog position in the end. But we'll see.
I would give you the top dog position. It's for one thing, it's your show.
Oh
and
my God!
You got a better radio voice than I do. I mean, look, I'm not ready
to me, Jeff.
I'm not going to wade in the waters I can't swim in here.
Oh my God, he's playing the humble dude. He's good at that, isn't he? I almost believe him. Well, Jeff, but basically, Jeff, you showed me your music, brother, and I didn't even know. When I met Jeff on Mogi on Monster Stream, I didn't even know. Jeff, you are an intellect, brother. You can hold your own. You're a conversationalist. Totally fucking awesome. But I checked your music out. Nice, man. Could you remind me, please, brother, and do forgive me, what was the name of the main track there?
Beautiful Disaster.
Beautiful Disaster. What a fucking awesome name for all of my ex-girlfriends.
Yeah. Well, that's what it was wrote about, was an ex-girlfriend.
Nice. Well, dude, good, amazing production on that. I mean, you must have thrown a bit of dollar at that, like.
Well, we went to a studio outside of Houston, in a little town called Magnolia, Texas. It's Red Tree Studios, but it's one of the top 10 studios in the country. It's just a small town, And when we were just a little podunk band from the Midwest, we weren't really signed on a label yet. We were by the time we were done recording it, but we went down there kind of on our own dime to record it. And we walk into the studio, and hanging on the wall, it was kind of a customary measure that if you recorded there, you left something there and signed it, whether it was a drum head or a guitar strap. And we're looking at all this shit hanging all over this wall, and these names that are signed on it. We're like, holy shit. I mean, a lot of famous people, and we're just nobodies, So we felt a little bit out of our element, but we had a hell of a lot of fun. It was by Lake Conroe, Texas, so we rented a big house right on the lake for a week. My whole band did, and all day we'd sit at the studio and record, and all evening we'd just get drunk in this lake house,
Not all for the single, brother.
Yeah, well, no, this is for a 6-track EP that we did. And then while we were there, we recorded an additional 2 songs that we were going to follow up that EP like each 6 months and pop another one out. and this
Mhm.
was one of those 2 songs, and it actually ended up being one of the. I mean, it was one of the heavier ones. I mean, we do dual leads in it, and it just some of the other stuff had more of an indie folk flair to it.
Yeah, I
But
found myself because I really appreciate the production on that. Like the what do you call it again? The vibrato guitar. What's that called again? The sort of vibra. Oh, I forget the name of it
the
now.
the
Vibrato,
trem on it.
tremolo. That's what I'm going for,
So
mate.
we
Sorry,
did
mate.
it in
Yeah.
stereo where it started out when it goes bam 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 bam. It actually pings
Yeah,
from your left ear to your right ear, left ear, right ear if you're wearing
that's right. Have you
headphones.
ever heard the song by Radiohead? Bones, I think it's called.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, very reminiscent of that, was it
Huge
not?
Radiohead fan.
Yes, brother. Well, I am classically a brilliant Radiohead fan. Jeff is in demand, guys. I think he's wanted in the surgery, guys.
No,
He's wanted in
it's just
surgery.
I'm trying to figure out why this thing is beeping. I don't
You're all
know.
good, bro. You're all good. But yeah. So I actually found myself because the tom sound in that track and just the general production is awesome. I found myself actually. I've got a question for you on the writing front because I think in a way that I think it satisfies more the sort of in a way a sort of pop structure to the song that for
Yeah,
me maybe some of the softer tracks actually felt a bit more expressive and free. It was
yeah,
quite right. Do you know what I'm saying? So
for
what I wanted
sure.
to ask you, good man. So what I wanted to ask you in particular, and every track's an experiment at the end of the day. So I know that because I'm a writer, composer myself, of course. But yeah, so what I wanted to ask you is, are you kind of is your music there a sort of answer to cheesy country, like a good antidote to sort of cheesy country? What everything that cheesy country can't do, but ticks the buttons. Those little sort of guilty pleasure buttons that we all kind of just can't help but like a good pop tune.
You
Is
know,
that where you come from or not? Have I got it totally wrong,
I
brother?
don't think that's where I come from, but here's the thing.
Right.
When we were trying to we ended up signing on a label called Resistant Records, and the um the execs there said we want to put the song Beautiful Disaster through kind of this forum of where people will review it. And it was 100 people you know, from all over. They might be in different bands that are on labels. They might be journalists for music publications. I mean, it went out to 100 people and they all listened to it and wrote this big in-depth review on it. And I'm reading these reviews and it's like, I'm just like kind of blown away. Everybody interpreted it differently. Like one guy's like, not bad for a country song. I'm like, a fucking country song?
Yeah, and it's not a
It's
country
not a
song at all.
country song.
No, it's certainly not.
But
No,
but
it's not.
it's like everybody tries to put it in a box.
Well,
And
I suppose what
it's
I'm
like
actually
really
asking, yeah.
that was my intent at the end of the day, is try to create something that doesn't fit easily just into one box, really.
Right, and that's the answer then. That's what I was looking for. I wanted to know the approach because for me, a song is always an answer to a new brief at the end of the day. And I know you know what I mean by that, bruv, yeah?
Yeah, most of this stuff I wrote the lyrics before I wrote the music. I had something in my
Okay.
head I want to sound like, but I'd write lyrics. Lyrics come easily for me. And I'd write lyrics that had, hopefully some depth to them and kind of take you on a journey as you listen to the song. But
Mhm.
at the end of the day, I was just trying to find the right music that gave the lyrics the right place to exist. I wasn't approaching it like, okay, I'm gonna write this, I'm
Right.
gonna make this a rock song, or I'm gonna make
Got
this
yeah.
an indie song. Or I was just like trying to create a message, so to speak, or a story. And then
Right.
you try out different things, trying on different outfits on that and see which one looks the best.
Right on. So I'm not used to approaching songwriting that way round. I definitely tend to go for vibe first.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so I tell you where I mean you've not heard any of my stuff, but I definitely want to get some up soon. But one of the tricks I've learned actually was the art of sleight of hand and playing with expectations musically. Because at the end of the day, there's good music out there that's French that I don't even know what's going on about, but it still connects to me. So there's an ethos of mine. I'm only sharing it in distinction to what you just laid out, which is absolutely as legitimate, of course. But yeah, I am interested primarily in vibe myself. For that reason, I think that there's a message there inherent in the sonics, the vibe, and then to interpret that sort of lyrically after the fact just seems to suit my sensibilities. But each their own, brother. You know, each their own.
Well, I really wasn't trying to put I don't try to come up with a message and then say, okay, I want this song to promote this message. I mean, I look at it more of I'm going to write a song about where I was at that one point, and what I was feeling
Nice.
that one point. And it just seems like for me, it's just both lyrically and musically, it just feels a little more easy when it's genuine. I'm not writing about something I heard about. I'm writing about something I felt at one point. And when I do that, I'm not promoting it as, well, like people would even just from a genre point of view, they'd try to say, well, is this a Christian song? Or is this a rock song? Or is it a love song? And is it, it's like, look, it's just where I was at that point. That's it. That's just all it is,
Yeah, it
a lot
does
of
drive.
it is
It does
music.
drive like a rock.
You
Sorry,
could
brother.
say it's music with morals, I suppose, just from the fact that I don't sing about smoking crack and robbing 7-Elevens and shit like that. But,
Oh, really?
I mean, but I've got some songs that I've wrote that, you wouldn't look at and say, oh, I'd play that for my mother either. I mean,
Right.
she might not relate to where I was at that point, but.
Nice, man. Well, you have many strings to your bow, don't you, Jeff? Because you're also interested in film directing, right?
Well, I haven't really gotten in and done that before, but a research partner of mine has made a living doing that, a rather good living doing that. And
Right.
I was just pitching this idea because of something that I live next to is really significant that a lot of people don't know about. So I was telling him about this place. And as he learned about it, he's like, holy shit, man, we need to do a documentary there about that. And there's a little mystery behind it as to, kind of unexplainable in the story that would leave the viewer really trying to hypothesize on coming up with an explanation for something that happened here, But it's
And
a
that was
cool
pertaining
place,
to
and
that was pertaining again to a burial site, I think you said, to
yeah.
do with, right, what was it? Ancient tribes, a place where they seem to coalesce and there were
Well,
evidence of early
yeah,
banks or something.
it's a place historically it was called Blood Run, and it's in South
Cool.
Dakota here. I do a lot of my research and stuff in Minnesota, but I have a home and a business here in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. And, it's out here on the plains and on a place called the Sioux River. And there's 286 burial mounds at this site called Blood Run. And in each burial mound, there's between 5 and 25 bodies. So, I mean, it's a lot of people that are buried there. And, I just kind of assumed it's all Sioux Indians, the Oneida Sioux and the Oglala Sioux, the different local tribes from around here. But I come to find out through this studying it that what it is this place was the New York Stock Exchange, so to speak, 500 years ago. So tribes from all over North America, especially the US and Canada, they would travel to this one destination here. Like 1 or 2 months a year, they'd send their elders or their delegates, so to speak, to represent their tribe. And they would meet here with tribes from all over the country and they would trade goods, from their local resources, and they would strike treaties and try to resolve issues and conflicts. And what would happen is it'd take them, 30 days just to travel here from somewhere on horseback or whatever. And then they'd be here for a few weeks and like a big festival type thing. And then they'd travel back to where they're from. And when people would die on this journey or while they were here, they each of these tribes had their own set of burial mounds. So I mean, we've got not just the Sioux Indians, but we've got Pueblo Indians, we've got, you know, Mohicans. I mean, everybody had their own set of burial mounds here. It's so culturally and spiritually significant because, from what I understand, there's no other place on this earth where there's that many different dialects of people buried in the same, you know, cemetery, so to speak, or the same, you know, spiritual, you know, location.
Yeah,
And so
it's a brilliant name, isn't it? Blood Run.
Well, the reason why it was called Blood Run is it's elevated about 50 feet above to 100 feet above the river. And when it would rain, the cliff walls were red clay and they would bleed red into the river. So the river, when it would rain, the river would turn red, and the natives called it Blood Run. That's what they called the location.
Very
And
cool,
actually, when the
man.
state bought this land and they built a $7.5 million multicultural center so that when people come here, there's like 14 miles of walking trails around this site. And it's really interactive, so they learn the spiritual significance of the place. They didn't want to turn it into a white man's playground and make it a campground and stuff like that. They really wanted it to be a place where you could learn about the significance of the location. So they built this big multicultural center to teach people that. But yeah, I mean, we get flights direct into Sioux Falls now from like Tokyo. I mean, there's Asians and all over Europe. There's a big, huge interest in Native American culture. So the tourism here just exploded just on the people that come from not just out of the state, but out of the country just to visit this really neat place. But yet I would say, 99 out of 100 people across the country, let alone across the world, have never heard of it before. So it'd be a cool thing to do a documentary about.
Well, and to write a song about, man. Have you thought about that? Because I definitely want to call something Blood Run now.
Yeah. Cool. Well, if I was going to partner with Doug and do a documentary on something like this, I guess I would want to be involved in the soundtrack or somehow.
Right. Well, have you ever watched I mean, it's a tenuous link, this, but it just reminded me of it. Because you said you were a big Radiohead fan. Have you ever watched the film, There Will Be Blood?
Yeah.
Right. And you know Greenwood did the soundtrack for that. Did you know that? Pretty awesome.
There's, when I watch different music scores, I kind of went back and started watching some Native American themed films, and it's really kind of cool when if you go back and watch The Last of the Mohicans, the soundtrack in that, it's all original stuff. And the soundtrack is just amazing. The instrumental, the melodies that they're playing and stuff. It's like, man, how cool would it be to not feel pressured to come up with the right lyrics, but just the right vibe?
Oh, well,
kind
like
of just back the
that's
story,
That's I tell you what, mate, just one writer to another writer. For me, I gotta say, I swear by that approach, because it's the right way. Well, for me anyway, it's the right way to mine I think the left brain in service to the right brain, if you see what I'm saying. I prefer that than the other way around, but hey, maybe that's just me. But I do think that to interpret the vibe, like the vibes, the scenery, so to be complementary of the scenery, the sonic scape, for me is the way to extract maximal effect, form, and meaning. But I think there's something in that. I got to tell you. But
absolutely. I mean, because when I'm messing around with a guitar and all different pedals, and I like to mess around a lot with multiple delays, right? So that they kind of just abstractly ping pong each other. You hear it a lot. You hear it a lot in the U2 music with the Edge, the way he would do these random chaotic delays that just create this cool sound, And then
I
they'd
know.
almost
Yeah.
build the rhythm of the song around
Yes.
whatever
Yes.
his guitar delays were doing.
It's that's right. It's like you know, what is it? It's the way the mind sort of somehow starts to extract meaning or coherency from otherwise chaotic motifs coalescing and colliding. So, and that's what we do at the end of the day. We are, aren't we? We are all artists in that regard. The way
Yeah.
we can do that, brother, 1,000,000%.
Well, when I orchestrate a piece of music, it's like that's always how it starts. I mean, for a lot of bands, I suppose they start with a rhythm section. They get a bass groove and a rhythm, drum rhythm, and then they say, okay, what do you want to do with the rhythm guitar to play with it, and then come over the top or lay pad sounds under it with synths and keys. And I don't do it like that. I just start out finding a certain effect or a certain sound on one of my guitars, and I start pulling in these delays and stuff, and then I start finding, okay, this would be a cool rhythm to lay to that. And then how much bass do you want? Do you just want to anchor these turns in the chord structure, or do you want the bass to really play a melodic part in it? And you just start piecing it together. But I always just start out with a sound, just
Yes.
an old dirty gritty overdrive sound, or it might be a clean, really wet, lush, chorusy sound.
Right on, man. Yeah, it seems to get the imagination stirring, doesn't it? That's right. And you know what? I've noticed that just on that front, I might just say, white noise or this psychoacoustic effect of being in the shower. It seems that when we have all the different harmonics around, or in the middle when it's raining, it
Yeah.
does seem that we can do it. It draws out of us to sort of want to sort of start singing. That's what I get. And so
Well,
absolutely, brother. Yeah.
one of the things when I really started getting into studios and recording, one of the things I really learned about was something you would call dither. Dither is just that, sound, just that the room sound when you're not playing, just that breathy existing sound there. And it's almost
Right.
like a faint staticky, just a smooth, faint static.
Right.
And we'll record a song and then start adding levels of dither to it. And it's like, dude, it's like the song, you see the face, you
I
see
know what you're
the
saying.
background, and all of a
Yeah.
sudden it's like this song that starts breathing, you know what I mean? When you
Right. It's
get
like,
that right.
yeah. Well, it's like adding, well, for anyone who doesn't know, dither is like essentially adding, well, pink or white noise essentially on top of a track, right? Is that what you mean? Kind of thing?
Well,
Filling in the
one
cracks.
example is, you start singing into a microphone and you can take an average voice, and by adding the right reverb and the right hall type effect to it and just a slight delay to it, all of a sudden you could make a drunk karaoke singer start to sound a little bit like Adele. I mean, if you do it right. But
Well, yeah. Yeah.
dither is kind of the same accent, but to the whole sound rather than to a voice. You know what I
Are
mean?
you, are you referring to dither? Sorry, are you referring to dither as a delay, did you say? Or had I misunderstood something?
Well, I'm saying what you would do to a voice with delay and reverb to make a voice better.
Right.
Dither is what
Yeah.
you would add to the room or to the overall sound of a song to make the atmosphere of it sound
Yeah.
better.
Oh no, I was in the right. I knew what you meant because that's what you. For anyone who doesn't know, in production, whenever you downsample, that what they tend to do is add dithering. It's called essentially sort of psychoacoustic white noise to
Mm-hmm.
essentially, yeah, fill in the gaps of where bits of frequencies are now absent, and it gives this psychoacoustic effect that they're not absent.
So it
Yeah,
humanizes it, really. I mean, it
right. It
takes,
smooths it
instead
out.
of
It's like
everything
yeah,
existing in a circuit board and on a vocal
yes,
track and all digitally,
that's right.
you humanize it by all the things that you do. Let's say you use rather than using live drums, let's say you laid down drum tracks, right? I would go back into those drum tracks and I would purposely space them off beat just a hair. I mean, like 100th of a second,
Mhm.
just so that it didn't sound so mechanically repetitious, but there was a human
Yeah.
element to it. And when you start
right.
making those adjustments, the whole overall background sound behind the song, you need to do the same with that with Dither. It makes the room feel like, if you've got headphones on, you're listening, it feels like you're sitting in a living room with them while they're playing it, versus
Mhm.
listening to it with headphones
Yeah.
with everything else canceled, you know?
Right. So just to sort of unpack that even further, because it is interesting stuff. So basically, well, first of all, I'll tell you, I am the master at generating realistic drums out of drum samples. I spent years mastering that stuff, brother. You don't know that about me, but
Yeah.
I know all about it. Let's just say, and humanizing these sorts of things. So you're in good company when you talk about that for sure. And then on the the background noise thing's interesting. I mean, I'm sure everyone may have or may not have heard of that. There's a room in the world that someone's designed and built, which is the quietest room in the world. Whereas if you sit there for something like longer than half an hour, people start to go insane because they're not used to things being that quiet. So
Yeah.
instead, and you hear all the sounds of your sinews and your heartbeat and your breath, and it's just you never realized how much background noise there is just to your meat suit.
Yeah.
And so that's what it essentially does as well, doesn't it? Dithering, or to have sort of some sort of sense of an audible noise floor
Yeah.
in relation to your elements of your track. Is it kind of like you said, it doesn't sound so it sounds more realistic or organic for sure.
The one of the songs that you had heard was called Catch Me If You Can. And that song starts with a huge amount of dither. And as soon as the guitar starts playing, you hear it. I mean, it's almost like somebody's breathing in your ear, just the background sound in that room, how it exists. It's a great example of what dither is, because you almost hear the sound, you know what I mean? Just there. But
Right. Right. Well, yeah. Well, old records, of course, like that was always the factor. You know, you wouldn't use an old tube mic or something without it imparting some kind of interesting
yeah,
harmonic effects. Absolutely.
it's interesting because the reason why we chose the studio, I mean, Texas, it wasn't convenient for us to drive all of our equipment to Texas to record from the upper Midwest, you know. It was
Mhm.
about 900 miles away. But we chose that studio because I had heard another artist who had recorded there, and his voice was so gravelly and so gritty, and it just sounded so good. And yet I knew this guy, and I knew what he sounded like in interviews, and he doesn't naturally sound like that. But it didn't sound like something that you do post track effects to come up with it. It sounded natural. So
Mhm.
I sent him an email and said, I really want to talk to you about how you get this sound. And gave him my number. And the son of a bitch called me the next day. And I said, how the hell do you do that? And he says, it's the mic.
Yes.
They had an old Rhodes TK mic that was like
Right.
50, 60, it was probably 60 years old,
Mhm.
from the early 60s or late 50s. And he says, that's the trick. He says, we've used 50 different mics when we record. That is the one that gets that natural gravelly sound, you know? Like
Nice.
you
Well, I've
hear
always
all these
wanted to.
different females sing, and then you hear Stevie Nicks sing, and you hear that gritty sound in her voice. It's
Right.
probably the mic. It's not really her.
Well, absolutely. There are some mics that sort of give a little bump to some kind of frequency or whatever that certainly imparts a certain character. Like there's a Radiohead song that what's it called? You and Whose Army? You know, where clearly Godrich peaked one of the frequencies, stuck a little sort of a curve in there somewhere that just got this little horn like you know, accent there that just makes the vocals sit more like a kind of brass instrument. It's just really interesting, you know, just little touches like that. They're awesome. Bear with me a sec, Jeff. Actually, I'm just going to bring Weird Messiah in because Weird Messiah is also a musician, an actual real life friend of
Cool.
mine. And why not get him involved? How you doing, Weird?
Hello.
Hello,
Hey,
brother.
Weird.
How's tricks?
Good to meet you, Jeff.
Nice to meet you.
Awesome. I'm trying to figure out this sort of layout of these different avatars, but I've just never worked out how you. Isn't there a three-way sort of like? Maybe that's the more expensive package. I've seen it where people have like two on the top, one at the bottom, but I don't actually know how to do that. Oh well. So yeah, we Vince meet Jeff, Jeff meet Vince. So basically, Vince, I've just finished an EP for Vince a few months back called Sublife, which is a lot of work and graph. And actually, I might just say really quick, Jeff, in case I forget, brother. You know, make sure you just shill whatever you want to shill because I know I don't think you got a platform that you try and promote, but your music link, mate. If you want to whack that in the chat or do whatever you want, mate, make sure you do it when you jump off. All right.
Sure.
Good man. But yeah, so Weird Messiah, you got anything to add or tell Jeff?
No, I was really interested in that story about the Native American burial ground. It was really evocative and
Right.
yeah, it's not what it's not the sort of thing we normally talk about on this stream. It's like it was pretty deep. I was enjoying
Mate,
it.
I did the Carmina Burana the other day.
Oh, okay.
So,
Well, the other thing is I've been away. I've been in the real world,
right.
So I don't know what. I don't know why.
Yeah, I know.
So
You're
I
coming in a
haven't
little
been.
hot, actually. Weird. You're coming in a little hot,
Okay.
brother.
Sorry. Let me
There you go.
let me sort that out. Hang on. Sorry.
No, you sound just step away from the microphone. It'll be fine. No, go on, Jeff. Sorry, mate. I didn't mean to interrupt. Sorry.
No, Weird. The cool thing about this site, this Blood Run site, is that when the state had purchased this land, it was previously owned by this elderly guy who really had a reputation for being a hard ass. I mean, he wouldn't let people on the property. And I went to high school with his daughter and got to know him and got permission to archery hunt there because he had a lot of deer there. And so I spent a lot of time hunting over there. I rarely shot a deer just because I just like being there, sitting in a tree stand and listening. And nobody ever walked by because it was 300 acres that he didn't let anybody on, So when the state bought it, they bought the land from him for $7.5 million, and then they spent another $7 million on a multicultural center that they built there, and then they built a big parking lot and all these hiking trails. The river actually has a couple spots where you can launch canoes and kayaks from now. But what was really cool was when they were getting ready to build this multicultural center, there was one area that was about 20 acres of a sorghum plot. I don't know if you're familiar with that. It's kind of like corn, And the guy who owned it would plant sorghum there every spring, but he'd never harvest it. So it was always there through the winter for the deer and the wildlife to just feed on. And one of the cool things is when they were going to build this multicultural center, they were going to the sorghum plot was a really nice flat place to build something, right? So it sits about 100 feet above the riverbed. And they took bulldozers in there and bulldozed off all the topsoil. And when it was bare, it kind of had a weird look to it. I mean, 20 acres, if you can visualize, that's a pretty good size. It's like if you took probably 6 or 8 soccer fields and arranged them into a square, it's pretty good size. Yeah. And if you were to draw a tic-tac-toe board, this is the best way I can describe this. If you drew a tic-tac-toe board over it, but instead of 2 lines by 2 lines, let's say you drew 10 vertical lines and 10 horizontal lines for a big, huge grid, right? And then you did it in pencil and went in with an eraser and started erasing just random sections of little line spaces. So that in the end, you started getting this abstract design of 90-degree turns that just flowed all over, like a maze almost.
Right.
Well, after they bulldozed us off and it was bare dirt, it started raining that afternoon. And I happened to be over there filming it. And when it rained, it exposed this really crazy pattern, the entire 20 acres. There were those, for each one of those lines that you would have drawn, if you would have drawn what I described, that ended up being a channel that was about 8 to 10 foot wide. And later they find out it's about 8 foot deep. And it was these trenches that were dug out by hand 500-600 years ago in this huge abstract 90-degree corner designs all over. And they hauled in the red clay that would run down at the riverbed by hand and carried it up 100 yards and about a half mile over to where this is and filled all those giant trenches in with that red dirt. So when it was raining, it exposed this huge ornate design that is obviously man-made. And I mean, if we went over there with backhoes, it'd take us months to dig this and fill it, right? I mean, months. And these guys did it by hand, these 500-600 years ago, walking it, carrying it in buckets or whatever. And when it stopped raining, they called in all these archaeologists and all these geologists from all over the country to fly in because they wanted to figure out what purpose did this serve, right? Why did they do this? And the next morning, everything was dry and you couldn't see the pattern again. So they went and drove over the whole thing with water truck and it exposed it again. And they started taking core samples and everything else for 2 days trying to figure out why the heck. This would have taken probably a decade to construct by hand, even if you had 100 people working on it. What was it? What was the purpose? Was it, is something buried there? Were these trenches used for habitation? Were they, like when you're in the trench, did they hollow out something underneath where people lived in these areas or something? Was it some type of a flowage system or that held water? Nobody knew, right? But maybe it was just ornate. Maybe it was just done for art. But the amount of manpower that went into building it is just beyond belief. And after 2 days of this, the state took all that topsoil they bulldozed off and they covered it back up and they built a multicultural center someplace else and they planted prairie grass all over it and never talked about it again. And it was never revealed what those archaeologists and what these geologists came up with, or even if they came up with a theory of why it was built. But that's the mystery behind it. And I've got footage of this when they did it. So if you can imagine, if we do a documentary on it, the first 2/3 of the documentary is talking about the site and all the different tribes and the burial mounds and the significance, the spiritual significance of the location. But the last third of it would kind of take a turn and would be us confronting the state saying, what did you uncover here? How come you didn't pursue it and try to solve that riddle? Why did you just cover it back over? Or did you find out what the purpose was of it, and it didn't shine very nicely on the Oneida Sioux tribe who habitated there year round and was like the host of this area? I mean, what was the reason? Why? How come nobody ever, you'd think once you'd found it, this is something you want to come up with a plausible theory or an answer to. You don't just bury it back over, right? Was there a plague where 1,000 people died and this was like mass burial sites or something? I mean, what happened? Nobody ever solved it. So it would kind of be pursuing the unknown, so to speak, in the end of a documentary like that to try to solve what was the purpose of that.
Well, actually, sorry, Vince, I know you were probably going to come in then, but just to say, because Jeff, you had toyed with the idea of me maybe doing the voiceover for that documentary, right?
Well, here's the thing.
I don't need the job, but I was going to do a bit for you then.
Oh, we'd love for you to do that. The
But,
thing
yeah.
is, we understand that if you market a documentary like this,
Right.
you're going to have a certain amount of Native American interest within the United States and North America. And then you're going to have a lot of Asian interest into it, learning it. And that's got to be presented in a language they're familiar with.
Yeah,
But
well, it
also,
probably
if
should
we
be.
were going to
I
do
could do
a
a Native
UK
American
version,
accent, Jeff. I'm
if we were
joking.
going to expose it to Europe and the UK, who would be better to narrate that than you? I mean,
Right. I'll do the UK version then. Awesome. But no, you are right. Like, it would be better to have a sort of tribes. Hey, Vince is good at voices. Can you do an American Indian chief, Vince?
I wouldn't like to. I wouldn't. Like
Go on,
to
let me put you
try.
on the spot. Come on, mate. Let's hear it.
I'd have to do some research. I don't.
Go on.
I don't know if the accent is that distinctive.
No,
is it?
no, you might be right, but to be fair, it would be good if someone had some shared heritage with any of the tribes involved. To be fair, yeah, even if it was tenuous, it might be a nice effect. But I was just going to say, no, I was just going to try and do a bit then, Jeff. But no, you're right. Just to pick up from where you were at, yeah. I can see how you could structure the documentary where it's the mystery of what were they doing? Was it a bank or was it a brothel? Nobody
Well,
knows.
the question that I have is, the state saw something that was puzzling. There was a mystery there, and it's like, we could spend more money and try to solve the mystery, and maybe if you don't have those resources, it's easier just to cover it up for now and go on with the planned mission of the 3-year plan to build a multicultural center and get the place rolling. That was what you intended to do, right? And maybe you thought later on we'll try to solve this mystery. For now, we'll cover it up. It ain't going to go anywhere. I'd get that. That would make sense to me. But I want to know, is there some nefarious reason that you just covered it up and said, we don't want to deal with this anymore? What did you find? Did you find something that didn't sit well with what the plan was to make this beautiful, glorious place? Was
Well,
it not a real peaceful place? Was there some gigantic conflict and everybody, Jim Jones themselves and everybody got buried in giant trenches, or what happened?
The original Jonestown massacre. Yeah. Well, you know what I might do on that note, Jeff, because it's been fucking awesome having you on. But I'm going to do this every Thursday at the end of the day, and I just want everyone to have a sort of chance to jump up and stuff. But mate, it's been really fucking awesome, and I really thank you for jumping on. And come back, anytime you want. This is just going to be a feature now. So.
Yeah, no, I enjoyed it. I really felt like, I don't have a channel myself, and there's a reason for that. I do a lot of research and want to be able to share the research with other channels that are involved in like the Bigfoot community and things like that. And I don't want to be looked at as somebody who's trying to promote themselves or something. I'm just
so you
trying
had to
to
learn
be a
about
vehicle.
Bigfoot really quickly.
Yeah. Well, but I guess my point is it's refreshing to get on and talk about something outside of that.
Right, yeah, no, brother, I know that. And
whatever,
And at the end of the day, I hope that talk about the Native American Indians was a break or whatever. But
it
yeah,
was. I think there's an
Good man.
important story to tell at this site. I think that people would really find it enthralling. If it was presented right to them, they'd learn something they didn't know before, and it would be a fun documentary to make. Really.
I see it, my man. Well, listen, Jeff. Anytime, right? I'm gonna say goodbye. I love you and leave you. But
You
everybody,
bet.
and Jeff, any sort of links you want to bash in the chat, please go and do it. Okay, if you want to get people to your music, please do it, brother.
Yeah, they can go to. I'll put it on there. But if they go to ReverbNation.com,
That's right.
they'll find my. You can just search in all the different bands. You can search a band called Dust Off. It's DUSTOFF.
Perfect.
And
all right,
they'll
then,
find
Jeff,
a few of our songs there.
I really appreciate it, mate. And I'll see you on one of these very soon.
Sure. Thanks for having me. It's nice
Awesome,
meeting you too, Weird. I'll call you. It's weird
you,
calling you Weird, but I'll call you Weird.
I know.
Vince,
yeah.
Vince,
Weird
for
is
sure.
good. Weird is good.
Yeah. All right. Cheers, Jeff. Laters, dude. Amazing. So Vince, how you doing, man? What you up to, dude? It's been a
Good,
while,
yeah.
hasn't
Well,
it?
I was going to ask you what you've been up to, what's been going down on the stream since I've been away.
Vince pretends he doesn't watch me thoroughly. Vince, you're still coming in real hot, by the way. Why is your what level is your mic on?
I'm trying to stay away like this. Is that better?
We'll tell you what. Do this. Go into the little the little slash mic setting. Just maybe take a little tip off the volume or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
Just a little bit, but because I'm pretty high up these days. I'm up at like 150. Just, technical talk, guys. Vince knows what I'm talking about. But anyway, what have I been up to? Well,
What's
you know,
that like?
I've been pretending. Go on, speak.
What's that like? Any good?
Well, you know what it is, mate. You're really distorted going in, so I reckon you. Oh, this is your old interface, is it?
It actually isn't. I've borrowed one off someone.
You know what? The gain must be a little high going in, mate. So you might want to take a bit off the gain on the box, and then possibly compensate with the StreamYard volume, because it's just sounding a bit distorted. It sounds fine, like people couldn't hear you, to be fair, but it just sounds a little bit.
Hopefully, I can sort it out as we go.
Okay, amazing. So basically, how am I? I'm awesome. Let me. I mean, have you heard any of them, or you heard?
I've heard bits and pieces.
Right, you saw I saw me on the Hake report the other day.
I saw you on the Hake report getting famous. Yeah.
I'm famous now, guys. Yeah, totally shilling on the Hake report. But he gave me a shout out, man. I just couldn't believe he did that. But pretty awesome.
What a nice guy.
I know. Well, guys, anyone who want to join me and Vince, because Vince can basically, you know what we should do, Vince, for a laugh? Couldn't we be like, because Vince is kind of part of the furniture too, couldn't Vince be kind of like one of the panel on X Factor or something, Vince? Could we do that? Where if we get a fruit fly up, we judge them.
I did say in the chat that this was your X Factor fantasy with you as Simon Cowell.
Oh, well, I'm Simon Cowell, mate. I mean, at the end of the day.
Okay. If that's what you want to be. If that's what you want to be.
Well, if you're going to be any of them, I'm going to be Simon Cowell any day. Who are you going to be?
Well, I'd like to be Louis Walsh because I feel like I can do quite a good Irish accent.
Okay, so you're the gay Irish guy then.
I forgot about that.
Well, I'll be the gay straight guy.
Oh yeah, because Simon Cowell is so straight, isn't he?
Exactly. I'll be the gay polo shirt wearing dude. What are we saying? Just the tip at what does it mean? Oh, just the tip. Yeah. Wagon breath. I was hoping no one would fucking hone in on that, but well spotted. Trust you to fucking notice I said that shit. Well, mate, I've been just over here. The grift is all powerful and almighty. Just doing my thing. What have you been up to?
Just being my weird self.
Good man. Well, you know what? Since Vince's spirit animal is a sloth, I'm going to get someone else up as well then.
How?
Oh no, go on, mate. No, talk to me. Talk to me, mate. What you got? Go on. I'm bored of talking now. I want to hear something from you, fruit flies. Can you give me some inspiration? Weird.
I thought we were gonna. Are we supposed to judge the acts that we've been on so far?
Yeah. All right. What do you think of Wagon? And did you hear her debut on the other day or not? Was that the first time you?
No, I didn't. I tuned in halfway through today, so
right. Always pretending that he's not like watching from the very start, guys. Just, I mean, so cool. Just playing cool. Well, actually, you know what I haven't seen? I haven't actually seen Mr. Boston. I half thought Mr. Boston might be coming on, but he hasn't showed up yet. If he's still gone, he might do. And actually, you know what? Wagon, you can hit the link again because you sort of had to dip out early, didn't you? And actually, Brandy, is Brandy still knocking around? And if she is, Brandy, hit the fucking link and get on and finally talk to your love, your Batman, your weird Messiah. Come on, fruit flies. I've created this whole show just for you, just so you can come and have your little 15 minutes of drain. What do you think of the name, mate? I mean, I just come up with it today, but
brilliant, absolutely brilliant. It's your best yet.
Is it? Well, they're quite interesting names, aren't they? The Agony Aunt Stream, Tell the Bee Man's Your Problems. That's not very original, I guess.
So
This friends.
we're the fruit
Go on.
flies circling the drain. It's
totally.
it's just another part of your basically you're trying to lower your audience's self-esteem.
Messiah complex, absolutely, of course. I mean, why else?
Yeah.
Why else have your own channel? No, do you know? We want to know the technical reason for it. It was quite an interesting insight I'd had actually. It was everything to do with. I thought this sort of format's inevitably going to be a bit of a, possibly going to be sort of ropey in places, because it's going to be sort of highs and lows inevitably. It's and so what it does is kind of cover me in case I have to roast anybody. So it gives me it's a good couching of in the comedy that it's like this sort of like, all right, let's take the weekly dive into the depths of the drain and hear what those little midget flyers are going on about. So it's just a joke, but obviously it doesn't mean you can't all fucking shine brighter than me at the end of the day. I mean, come on and fucking shine bright, please. But yeah, I just like the couching. It was that sort of grungy, weird 90s stupid cult classic underground basement kind of silly style. I just like the title. I just thought it was funny.
Yeah.
It's a pun. 15 minutes of drain. And that's when you respond.
Sorry.
It's called a conversation.
Yeah. Well, it's difficult for me to be myself. Normally, I'm playing some sort of weird superhero. Like the last time I was here, I ended up. Remember when I, as the Batman, gave birth to myself? That was weird, wasn't it?
Oh my god, yeah! Freeform live comedy like that.
You never know how it's going to go.
No, you do not.
That's how it went that day.
Yeah, Batman gave birth to his child self or something.
Something like that, yeah.
My God, it got messy, guys. It got messy.
Living up to my name.
Oh, why? Why?
Because I'm weird.
Oh yeah, no doubt about that, mate. No doubt about that. Well, that's right. Well, could you? Because since you're used to doing like acting and pretending to be anyone other than yourself as a way of escaping the truth, could you not sort of pretend to be a slightly more interesting version of yourself? You ever thought of that?
That's gonna cost you. That is gonna cost you, mate.
Oh no!
Cost you.
Well, it's your own fault for not filling the air with your own bullshit that leaves me space to get in there and start throwing down, my man. I'm only playing.
Have you got anyone lined up to come on after me?
Well, that's right. I think Brandy should get her ass on, honestly, but she's probably too busy making pizza for her children, or buying pizza for her children, I should say. Or Icon. You know what? Icon needs to get his ass on here, actually, to be fair. Right, let me drop the link. Or,
okay.
Well, even the Australian, but, we'll see. Because, Ruthless, I kind of created this whole thing for you as well, because I thought, well, Wagon to the rescue. Yeah, well, Wagon, you can get on as well. Yeah, fuck it, because you still got to come and hang out for a bit, at least for another 5 minutes. But I do want to get Icon on for a good little stint if he can get his shit together. And you know what? Nemo can jump up as well. What's Nemo saying? 15 minutes of fame. Schopenhauer said, "Fame and money are like salt water. The more you drink, the thirstier you become." Well, I'm thirsty for your souls now, fruit flyers. Yes, I've had a flavor of it, and now I want more fame.
Well, there's another quote I learned recently, which was
I'm a little teapot, Ruthless. Just saying. Is that it?
That's a good one. That was I think that was Kierkegaard, wasn't it?
Yes, that's right. Kierkegaard said, "I'm a little teapot." End quote.
Well, a wise man once said, "People don't have ideas; ideas have people."
That's awesome, actually.
Don't listen to him. Don't listen to him. He's an idiot.
Well, I am essentially possessed by an idea. It's so weird you said that, because I was just conceiving of what it is that compels me right now, and it is essentially that. I think it's possible to be possessed by something bigger than you, like an idea. That's exactly what I was thinking. Like a principle, because an idea becomes ideology very quickly, doesn't it? But a principle, I think, when you're compelled by principle to be, of the truth, something like big like that, then yeah, it's quite the thing to be possessed by. I think a principle such as that, you.
Are you sure it wasn't just you're not doing it for the fame?
Well, then, and that as well, obviously, and totally. I've always wanted to start my own personality cult, as well. I wanted to start a joke cult. Yeah, I mean, who doesn't want their own cult, guys? At the end of the day, I mean, come on. Scotty FJC,
Absolutely.
Grim Reaper. That's a fucking awesome song, Michael. Don't know what that is. Brandy's singing some shit again. Wagon Breath, what's she saying? That's deep, man. Yeah. I'm a little teapot, short and spell. There is
I'd
my
like to talk
hand
about the people's profile pictures. I wonder what the story is behind each one. Like we got the whole.
Sorry, Vince, ask me that again.
People's profile pictures, like someone Ruthless has got the Hulk.
Right.
Let
me just read this. Well, Vince, definitely
Yeah.
want to go that way a second. I just want to read this from Jeff. Fame is like true love. If you search for it, you'll be disappointed. You don't find fame, fame finds you. Right on, man. And somehow fame is making me grift for myself hard and get even more famous. Yeah, and turn against my whole family and friends and think I'm better than everyone. That's
you already thought that anyway.
I guess. Yeah, I just needed the subscribers. That was the only thing missing for me being a total diva. Now, go on, Vince. You were saying Ruthless is what were you going to say about people? Well, obviously, Hell 21. It looks like an ex-stripper. I can only presume that's because Shiva is, or for some other cool reason.
I thought
Scott,
you were trying to get back in her good books.
Oh, she's into that shit. Yeah, that's totally will do it for her. I hope. Okay. I think she's all right with me saying that shit. And Scotty FJC, well, he wants everyone to think he's super, super really smart.
Or a puppet.
Oh. But who's the puppet? Yeah, it's like being John Malkovich. Remember the start of that film? Do. No one's the puppeteer. Providence is the puppeteer. Icon sees myself. Actually, Icon, are you going to get your ass on or what, mate, at the end of the day? Because, I talk to Vince all the time. Not really asked.
I think charming. I think my 15 minutes is up.
No, mate, it's not strict. It's not necessarily strictly 15 minutes. I mean, I put that there as a sort of just in case. I need to say, okay, then bye. Then 15 minutes is up. No, but it's not. Yeah.
Oh, so I was going to ask you more about the fruit fly thing. So basically, you're a bee, right, and you wanted to find an insect that was smaller and
exactly
less
important. Lord it over.
Yeah, I thought so.
Well, because I'm sick of that evil queen that I escaped from, got out the clutches from finally, and I thought I'll set up my own little shack, my own little hive. And yeah, there was a bunch of fruit flies all dancing around a little bush, getting a bit drunk off sort of, fermenting fruit. And I just thought, you know what? I tried a bit of the fermenting fruit, and I was like, oh, you know what? I'll be your king. Are you looking for a leader? Oh yeah. And they all started like squeaking all at me, like, yeah, be the king, be our king. And I'll be like, I will so roast you every week, all week long, if you just keep me company, give me good ideas for comedy material. And that's what they did.
So bees are just like humans, aren't they? They have hierarchies with the queen at the top. They work 9 to 5 and they get drunk.
Totally. And it's all about the honey. Exactly. They'll do anything for honey.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. 3 points for the win. Game over. Well, I don't even know what that's. Well, I'm just going to assume that's some sort of private stupid joke. Brandy, you going to come on?
Yeah, come on, people. Come and replace me because I'm hopeless being myself.
No, Vince, I'm not. I don't even want you to replace you. I want them to join us. That's join us. Join the Borg. Yes. I already told you you're going to be my panelist. You're going to have a shared panel with you because you just sort of, should hang around being Louis Walsh, can't you, for a bit?
That's my dream.
I know.
But we haven't done that yet.
Done what yet?
We haven't been a panel yet.
Well, that's because you know what? That's because
typical Englishman. Is that an insult?
Right. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, trying to take everything over. Well, we took America over and became you. So fuck you if that's what you meant. And if that wasn't what you meant, then fuck you anyway. Because I'm an Englishman. Fuck you, Yankee. And by the way, also most of my audience are Yankees, but I love you all. I swear.
Well, since we're talking about that,
right?
With Joe Biden running America, perhaps it's time you could rejoin the British Empire. Just saying.
Well, look who's trying to rejoin the British fucking Empire right now.
It's painful to listen to you guys, so I had to come in here.
I'm so fucking glad, Wagga Ref, because it's like getting blood out of a fucking stone.
Whew,
I mean, whose spirit animal is a sloth?
Well, then what's your spirit? What's your spirit animal?
A raven, of course, Scorpio.
Of course.
Only playing, Vince. Only playing, mate. Well, go on, Scorpio. Meet. What's your star sign again, Vince? I actually forget.
Mine is Scorpio.
Are you?
Are you actually Scorpio as well?
Yeah, it's October.
Ooh, you are outnumbered.
My birthday next week.
Mine too. No. I'm sorry, not next week. I'm the 3rd, November 3rd.
That's right.
Yeah.
Oh no way!
I love Scorpios.
Well, Vince is.
Scorpios.
Well, Vince must be a Well, I don't know what, like a sort of which sign is a donkey? Is any of them a donkey? It must be a donkey rising, Vince. That's what I'm thinking. I'm just trying to figure out which one that is.
I came here to help you.
I know. I'm only messing. I'm totally playing, Vince. You know that. No, go on, Vince. Hold it down, mate. Throw down, bro. Because if you don't, I'm just going to totally roast you. It's all I know how to do. What to do.
I might just flounce off in a huff like.
No, don't do that. Don't do that. Well, I want you to meet. I do want you to meet Wagon anyway. Megan.
Megan.
Oh my God.
Look at what you've done. Look at what you've done.
I know. Well, anyway, are you off work now? You stopped getting phone calls or whatever was going on?
No, I'm still at work. I'm here. I'm still at work.
Oh my God.
I'm hiding. I work at a school, so I'm hiding in the music room right now.
Oh, you're actually at the place itself. Oh yeah. No way.
Yeah.
Damn, that's hardcore. That is
You see,
awesome, man.
with Wi-Fi, you can travel to different places and still connect. Did you know that?
Wow, you're such the modern mom, Wagon.
Mm-hmm.
So awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Well, me and Vince are totally unsuccessful in terms of passing on our heritage, and so we have zero progeny.
Why'd you keep saying that?
Because I'm slightly proud of it in a weird sort of way, but I don't really know why.
That's because this world is whack, and who would want to really, you know? That's why I waited a long time before I didn't even want to have kids. The thought of bringing a kid into this world.
You waited a long time before you accidentally got pregnant.
No. It was planned. It was planned.
Right.
It was planned. It was planned within a marriage that is no longer a marriage, but it was still planned within one. So, bam.
Respect. All right, I respect. Well, I don't know what that's like to decisively play little G gods and do something useful. It's because I'm just a YouTuber, but you know.
He's awesome. My son is the shit.
Awesome. Well, doesn't every mom think? Actually, no, mine doesn't think that shit. But but I suppose.
I was gonna say every mom probably thinks that, but no, for real.
Yeah.
My son is the shit.
Although now I'm famous and I get my revenge. I'm joking, of course. I have over 100 subscribers. Fuck you. I'm getting arrogant already. But anyway. Yeah, man. Exactly. Well, by the way, so everyone, anyone who wants to shill on behalf of Weird Messiah and Wagon and Jeff, like I said already, and anyone who jumps on, please, if anyone can find the channels, just shill hard, or if you want to shill your own channels, guys, if you can do 2 things at once, obviously Wagon can do about 20 things at once.
You don't know me.
I watched the video and it was fucking hot.
The cat one?
No, the one with the group of Native American Indians. That's called a callback. That's called a tenuous callback. Active Shooter says, "Yes, Icon, I'll have one of them." Well, Icon, why don't you come and join a clan? And Vince, I'm going to give you the floor now. Give us some wisdom while I'm waiting for Icon to come up and send him some links.
Well, I love that one about every joke being a tiny revolution.
Oh yeah, go on, share that with the chat, because I thought that was really awesome. You know, the way to everyone, I've been talking about we're trying to figure out together what the meta philosophy is here about the sort of, you know, the proper counter to tyranny. Remember, I spoke to Hake about it the other day. It's comedy in no fear and all that. Well, basically, Vince told me a quote today, which was really cool. Yeah, go on, Vince. What was that again?
I'll say it nice and close. Every joke is a tiny revolution.
Oh my God, guys. Did you hear that?
Amen. Amen to that.
Yeah, every joke is a tiny revolution.
I think it's because...
A bit like Active Shooters, wee.
Oh, I mean, Lord have mercy.
Did you actually come up with that just on the... just then?
I'm just that fucking witty.
We're in like third grade.
I mean, you're like Oscar Wilde.
I am as gay as Oscar Wilde. Thank you. I see where you were going with that. And I stifled your revolution. You were about to call me homosexual. Not that I don't mind either way, but you know, just the fact of life is that I'm into girls with short hair and progeny from previous marriages.
No. Nemo had a good comment. He said, "What did I do to destroy the marriage?"
Nemo, you've got a bigger sense of humor. Go on, Sonny. Well, go on, hon. Yeah.
I took a sledgehammer to it. I mean, if you really need to know.
Oh, Nemo, because sorry, I missed that. Yeah, let me read that out. I see. Nemo is asking Wagon. Oh, hang on, it's a bit slow. Wagon Breath, what did you do to destroy the marriage? Have you apologized to your ex-husband? That's fucking hilarious. Because Nemo comes from the school of the Jesse Lee Peterson. Most likely, it is the woman's fault first. Way of thinking. And actually, you know, Weird Messiah is familiar. Oh, it is true, you say?
No, go ahead.
No, go on, Wagon. Did you just almost admit fault?
No, I said it's true that's what JLP says.
Yes, because you know as well. And actually, Vince, you're familiar as well, aren't you? Obviously, with JLP. Yeah, it sounds. I know how dodgy that sounds to everyone who's not, you know, familiar with his work. But
perhaps it is true. I mean, perhaps it is true. You know, perhaps I did lead him on that path of destruction. Maybe it was. You know, maybe I was the catalyst to that. You never know. We don't talk about it anymore.
Well, even I appreciate it's probably a bit more nuanced to the problem that Jesse's willing to sort of get into sometimes. But his simple approach his simple sort of routing, his primary assumption before he interrogates you, it does at least work as a good ballast while you fall apart in a useful way in front of him. So I think whatever you think about whatever his presumptions are, it does function. I've seen a lot of people sort of get fixed in front of him, which is pretty fucking awesome. So, like I said, I'm sure these things at the end of the day, whatever that spirit is, whether it's the he loosely, well, he refers to it essentially as the sort of female spirit, but whatever that spirit is that sort of fucks us all up and whatnot, yeah, it's we can all transcend it, and that's the point. And he knows that it's not distinct. It doesn't mean that enlightenment or realization is only for men. I don't think he's claiming that shit, you know.
Well, I do claim responsibility. I take on my own responsibility, of course.
Also, well, I'm not presuming anything. I just love that Nemo is like totally representing Jesse's position, which is really fucking funny. But here we go. Well, Hell21 saying, was Jesse an ex-boxer or football player or something that involves repetitive head injuries?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, no, but yeah, no. Honey. Go and watch him and see what you make of it. He'd claim that that's your female ego pushing back, and or
he has an
revolting.
answer for everything. He sure does.
Oh yeah, he'd say that you're revolting, hell. But I've seen your pictures, and I'd say no, definitely not.
Hell might be
Of
revolting,
course
but
not.
Hell 21 is not revolting.
That's right. I want to be in hell.
Yes.
Yes.
21
Paul.
inches deep.
Oh my God, you know it. You heard it here first, guys. And that's how did you know? How did you know? Saggy Paul's saying, don't burn your bra, Hell 21. Think of the carbon emissions from that big fucker. She's double D, guys. So that's hilarious. That's actually
pretty
hilarious.
funny.
That is fucking funny. Well, go on, Wagon. Do you want to sort of play host for a bit? Because why the fuck not? Why didn't you interrogate my my sloth spirit animal loving friend?
Okay, Vince.
I mean, that was a joke, by the way.
Yeah, I know.
What was a joke? What? Wait, where are we now?
My spirit animal is a sloth.
Oh, that was you said that?
I said it many years ago, and he just remembered it.
Well,
I just
my
like the
spirit
sloth
animal
because...
is semi-sloth. Semi-sloth.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, they're always smiling.
That's right. They're always happy, and they're still alive when they should be extinct. When they you know, they're useless at you know, that they should be prey. You know, for.
I thought that was roaches.
No, well, that's different.
Mm-hmm. You're right.
I just like that they're still alive, but it's not my spirit animal exactly.
They are cuddly, I'm sure. I've never cuddled one, but you know,
right,
they look like they hang
room,
around.
Guys. I said interview each other, not fucking suck each other off on the live stream.
Stupid.
We're just talking about sloths. I mean,
no. Are you jealous? Dang.
Yeah.
Can I feel?
I sense a bit of hostility in the room.
Yeah, I'll just watch, man. I'm all right with it. No, go on, carry on. I'm only fucking around, obviously. Carry on. I was just totally fucking.
Thanks for blocking.
Yeah. Oh, now stinger block. Yeah, stop stinger blocking me.
Yes. I almost had my prey ready to suck his blood, and you just came in here with your stinger.
I know she's sending you to sleep, Vincent. Although I don't think she has to try too hard. What? No.
Are you saying I'm boring?
No, it's just because Vince has already sent himself to sleep. No, I'm only joking. Is this like being back at school, Vince? And if it is, that's not what I'm trying to do.
Ground control to Major Vince.
Yes.
Are you there?
I am just about.
So what are your plans for your birthday?
Well, I was going to go to London and meet a friend, but he selfishly decided to have a baby.
Oh,
so he was like, oh, I can't go now. It's like
bastards.
As if having a baby was more important than my birthday.
Well, right. I mean, you're sharing a birthday. Well, a birth month with a child, and that child, you know, has a better chance of outliving you. So he should definitely celebrate your birthday with you instead of his child. His child has tons of life left. Who knows how long you have to live?
That's good logic. I like that logic.
Yeah.
But I might go and see some comedy. I was thinking of seeing some live comedy, but it's all crap because all the good comedians have been cancelled.
Mm-hmm.
I'm right
or
here,
require
guys.
vaccinations.
I'm right here.
Oh, the realist.
I might have to just do a live stream.
Hey, I'm a comedy fucking live stream. I'm right here.
All right, put us on then. What do you got?
Right, okay, live fucking roast with you three then. Let's do it. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
I'd already started ages ago. You're all a bunch of fuckwits. Hey, what's with the haircut, Wagon? You fucking trying to get a raise?
From what, my lesbian boss?
Yeah, I guess so. No, beautiful, funny. No, go on. I'll just fucking around.
How do you know that I didn't shave my head because I have cancer or something?
Oh my God, so awkward.
I know. I don't, but I'm just saying.
No, I
How do
know.
you know?
Well, Wagon, you just totally jogged the memory, actually. I missed it the other night and I watched it back. You'd mentioned that you'd put a comment that your mom had died of liver failure at 50, right?
Yes, she did.
Yeah, and don't worry, I'm not going to do a bit on that. I know it sounded like I was totally.
No, you can do a bit. You can do a bit. It's been
No.
17 years. You know, I'm good. She deserves it.
Well,
she deserves it.
No, but I genuinely wanted to say respect, and I'm sorry I missed the comment. And yeah, look, you know what it's like, right? So.
Oh God, don't drag it through. Don't do that.
No, I know.
I need no sympathy from that. Yeah, I'm good, and she's good. You know, yeah, respect. Yeah.
Do you did you have the sense? Oh, go on.
Go ahead. What were you gonna say?
No, you're good. Go on.
I was gonna say that I was much younger when she died, and next month in November I turned 40, so it definitely puts things into perspective. I can't imagine, leaving my son at that tender little age of 15 he would be if I died at 50. So I know we were talking about how, drinking is sort of off the table, and that's one of the reasons, because I don't want to go down that path or, take my son with me.
Well, why is the implication there that your ma fucked off when you were 15, or did I miss something?
No. She didn't fuck off when I was 15. I was like 24. So, but
Right.
if I were to fuck off at 50, he would only be 15, and I just couldn't imagine doing that. I think that's fucked up.
Sorry, I missed what you were saying. You know why I missed what you're saying? It's because Active Shoot was telling Michael, who was just talking about how he likes all women as long as they let him have a go, or they're deep sleepers. And then Active Shooters responded with, they're not deep sleepers, Michael. They just don't realize that you're there.
Well, doesn't that mean you might be tiny in that area if they don't realize that you're there?
That's the implication. That's the implication.
Oh, it's a sad time.
Well, I'm sorry, Michael. It's just, it's good. It's good for the old the grift, but yeah, just well, there you go, Michael. If you'd done that shit on a train, no one would have even noticed. Come on, guys.
Yeah.
You're rape on a train. Yes, it's topical. Come on. Oh my God, you fucking
rape on a train. Is that like a movie?
It was a train.
That's a sequel to Snakes on a Plane.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Rape on a train.
Oh, that's good. Fucking hell,
every car has a different rape victim in a different circumstance.
Where was that? Was that New York that happened?
Oh, most likely.
Was it? Yeah, it was actually. Oh no, I seem to think it was Philadelphia, or I might have just made that up because I'm racist. I actually don't know.
Because you're racist.
I'm not actually sure.
I only live Brandy can vouch for this. I only live 15, 20 minutes from Philly, so I find offense to that racism.
Right. Well, you know what I'm saying. No, I actually think it was Philly.
I thought you were going to say I was on that train.
I was on that train. I was. Yeah. I was one of the rapists on that train.
Right.
But you know what? I told my victim that you can't rape the willing. So, that kind of shut him up a little.
Well, what does that? Oh, right.
Oh my God. If you have to explain it, it's not even funny.
I get it. Yeah, it's just not.
Listen,
not funny,
guys.
It's just dark.
It's dark, right?
Yeah, super dark. Yeah, I was going to say it was Philadelphia, by the way.
Okay. I thought people think technology is our savior, so it's like, oh, better film this, rather than
that's right, Vince,
do anything.
That's right, Vince is on it. So just to give you the quick background, anyone doesn't know, because Vince is about to unpack a good bit there. So the headline is Philadelphia train rape. Train passengers watched attack on woman and did nothing, US police say. Well, I was going to say, Vince, well, actually, let me just unpack it a little further. A woman was raped on board a train in Philadelphia while as many as 10 people stood by or possibly filmed the incident on their phones instead of dialing 911, police have said. So there you go, guys. That's the situation. Now do some dark comedy, please.
I don't have any comedy, just a bit of.
No, I'm joking. Obviously. I mean, look, no, it was not good. I read it earlier. Obviously, I'm just fucking around, but yeah, it's obviously not good at all. It's pretty dark.
Well, the point is, like, unless something has been filmed, it is not deemed to have happened.
That's what I was just going to say. The same thing. Unless it has been filmed, it has not happened. That's how it is in today's
when you're talking about a rape, that's pretty worrying.
Hey, you never know. I mean, that shit might end up on X Video or Pornhub.
Well, I was just about to do a Pornhub joke, actually, funny enough, Wagon, but fuck, you beat me to it. Shit.
Sorry.
Damn it.
It's not funny.
Yeah, no, it's not on it. We're anyway, moving along now. Let's move along. But yeah, so that's the state of the world.
But you have to think about what was going through the minds of the people who filmed it.
Well, I think Wagon's spot on. I think they were thinking, fucking, no, they just in too much of that.
Some good content.
Yeah, they just saw too much of that genre, and they sort of were bedazzled by. No, I'm not joking, but on the real though, really quickly, because it is obviously disgusting. And remember, I was talking to you about yesterday about how everyone tended to stand and watch when that guy was getting mugged of his phone, and I realized I was also a bystander and had to sort of snap out the bystander effect and kind of actually get involved. It's that honestly, there is a you're putting yourself in risk at the end of the day. So you have to, it takes a switch, but I think that is a level of maturity that most people have not attained, quite frankly. And it does take a kind of, it just takes a sort of a willingness to sort of put yourself at risk to do the right thing at the end of the day. And most people just aren't there. They're not rooted in that sort of shit at the end of the day. So yeah, it's fucking disgusting. I can't believe that happened. And I think all the people that were filming should now all be sent to prison and filmed.
Filmed with their butt rapes.
Clambering for the soap. That's what I think. So, little Hunger Games in the shower room for all the people that were filming.
Yeah, it's like if you hesitate for a moment and thinking, "Oh, what's the right thing to do?" You'll do nothing. But the people who would step in wouldn't. They would do it without hesitation. You know what I mean? Like, does that make sense? If someone was going to step in and help, it'd be somebody who would do it unconsciously.
Oh shit! The way you framed that, Vince. Then I'm sorry, it's just my dark, stupid sense of humor. But it's like it's all right. Someone steps in to help. Right, I'm here to help, and then he starts. Anyway, don't worry about it.
Help! I'll say,
no.
My goodness.
No. Only playing. Fucking hell. It's just words, guys. Just words. Everybody calm down. It's just fucking words.
Yeah, I don't think I could witness something like that without taking some kind of action. I don't know what I would do. I don't know. Again, like you said, subconsciously. Right, yes, yeah. I would subconsciously strip down and be next in line.
Yeah, no, it's a fucking disgusting. Wow. I know what I do. At the end of the day, I know exactly what I do in on the real, like, because
God damn it!
Fucking just what I was going to say.
What I was gonna do. That's not what I was saying. I would have to do something.
Right. Well, go on. Say what you're going to say. Sorry.
I don't know what I would do, but I would have to do something. I would have to.
Yeah, me too.
How could you not just? I don't. The first thing that I would do would not be take my phone out. I know that.
I know what exactly. The first thing, what you would. At the end of the day, my first instinct would be that on the off chance that even if they're fucking around, because someone used this in the people's defense, they said, but you don't know if you weren't seeing some sort of weird street art or someone just fucking doing it for some sort of fucking prank, right? And to be fair, that is a kind of fair defense in a sense. But I would argue that better to err on the side of smashing him in the fucking face with your knee and incurring the wrath of who knows the hidden cameraman or just fucking up their prank, then the thing be allowed to continue if it were legit. Right. So I just don't know how people bias themselves to not fucking smash someone in the face with a fucking
I would rather become part of the show than allow it to happen on the off chance, or really not even the off chance, but it's most likely non-consensual, most likely. And if I were to take my phone out, it would be to call the cops.
Well, yeah, Well, that's what I said because everyone was apparently everyone should have at least called the cops. They didn't even do that. I don't even know what the fuck stupid instinct. Then again, it was Philly, wasn't it? So I don't know, man. I suppose we'll have to see. I'd be interested to actually get a lineup of the people that were all the bystanders. See what sort of caliber of human were there. Wouldn't that be interesting? I'd love to watch.
What caliber of coward?
Exactly. Anyway,
I mean, was it on a moving train, like not at a station? So they do you know what I mean? Like, so they wouldn't have been able to get anyone to help anyway.
Right. Yeah, you might have been right, actually. Yeah.
So
you've been watching a video. You've been watching a video, Vince. I didn't even know that. See, I'm an innocent. Vince has been actually watching it.
I'm just asking.
He's just speculating. Yeah, we need to find out. Can you go back to the story, please, and give us more information?
Okay. Well, I've actually closed that tab in All Truth, but let me do this. Active Shooter's saying, seriously though, I don't think the jail sentence is long enough for rape in Britain. Yeah, well, I'm sure that's probably true, dude. At the end of the day, I'm sure that's true, and the definition's screwy as well, because I think it's hard to accuse women of rape by the definition or something, as far as I'm aware. But I've been raped loads of fucking times. Like
it does happen, I've heard, and I think it's a terrible double standard. And even domestic violence, against men is sort of chalked up to, well, you got beat up by a chick.
Yeah,
like that's so messed up.
Do you know what I actually shared with? I shared with someone recently that they weren't even aware of this. Did you know that domestic violence for lesbian couples is way higher than with sort of cisgendered straight couples?
I did know that.
Right.
Actually. I had heard.
Yes. Isn't that interesting? I've just find that really interesting.
Very interesting.
As in, you mean it's more prevalent?
Yeah. As in, without the it's more rowdy. Yeah, there's more domestic violence. Brandy is saying, let me just jump in. Brandy's saying, I wouldn't be able to stand by and watch someone get hurt. Matter of fact, I got arrested for stepping between a man hitting on a woman.
Yes, good girl.
Right,
yes,
man.
She's awesome. I love you, Brandy. Mwah.
Yeah, Brandy's awesome. No, I mean, of course, man. I'm sure. I actually think that most people in this chat, total dark roast humor and punnery aside, which is, I do apologize, people. But it's just everyone's having a little play with fucking words because that's tomorrow night. By the way, that's the edgy one. Is tomorrow night, people. Save it.
Tomorrow night's the edgy one.
I know, right?
What is this, Richard and Judy?
Yeah. It's only because Wagon's here. I mean, it's devilish.
It must be.
It's
well, I was going to say that
it's the woman's fault.
It is. It's my fault. And what I was going to say about the lesbian couple, and the domestic violence, it's because they haven't had any penis. That's what I was going to say. It's not as funny anymore, but that's what I was going to say.
I actually missed what you said because you kind of cut out for a second. Something about penis, but I don't know.
Said that,
I didn't get it,
right,
sorry.
that domestic violence is higher among lesbian couples because there is no dick involved and they need some dick. They're very frustrated. That's what I was going to say.
That's an awesome theory. And I'm just going to go along with it and say, yeah, probably. Vince, penny for thoughts, agreed.
Well, I'm glad that you said that and not me.
Awesome. Nemo says, Hell 21, it is Satan's fault. Humans are empty vehicles. By the way, Nemo, do you like how Jesse Lee Peterson says the word vehicle? You can't say the word vehicle. It's quite cute. But anyway, don't worry about it. We are not the ones driving. We are all slaves, driven by God or Satan. Right on. Thus, no one gets praise. No one gets blame. That's exactly right, as far as I see it, mate. Very similar understanding to me, that we are more like an unfolding, a happening by the grace of circumstances, providence, or the influence that we are under, either good or bad, essentially. And that we're not got agency in the way we like to imagine we do, whilst we're trying desperately to take credit for all the good stuff and refuse the fault for the bad stuff, and get ever deeper into that dumb complex of judging everyone else for doing, a worse job than we might have done in some sort of theoretical pretend universe. So, and hating everyone for it. Yeah, that's not how life is. Anyone who develops that hate complex, it's completely inappropriate, and you're just completely upside down. There's no you don't exist. Get over it. Active Shooter says loads of those social experiments have been done to see what people would do if people would help. Absolutely. So, are you guys familiar with the Vince? Help me out. What's the something experiment? It begins with an M. The one with the experts.
Milgram.
The Milgram experiment. Are you familiar with that, Wagon?
No, I'm not.
So well, actually, I could get that up, but I could just tell you. Well, actually, Vince, do you want to tell us in a nutshell? Because I know you're familiar with it.
It's the one where a group of people were split in two. Half of them were told they were going to be, was it Nazis or just, the authority, and the other half were the victims.
Mm-hmm.
The victims were they were behind a screen, and the guards, the authorities, were given the ability to give them an electric shock. But the other ones were acting. So the ones giving the electric shock believed they were inflicting pain on the other team.
Well, your interpretation is slightly different, because are you not mixing up two different experiments in your mind there, dude? There's the guard one, yes, where people were prison guards, weren't they? And there was a whole role reversal where the guards started to become tyrannical.
I might be mixing two up, actually.
I think so. And then the other one I've actually seen footage from, which is the Milgram experiment per se. It goes like this real quickly. So you've got an expert, a scientific expert, in a room asking one of the participants to administer an electric shock to supposedly another participant in a separate room every time they get an answer to a question wrong. And incrementally, the voltage is increased as they go through the test, to the point where they actually start to get into being asked by the expert, the scientist, in a what do you call the science attire, the lab coat, that sort of thing. Right. They're being asked, to the point where they're being asked to administer essentially lethal electric shocks to the participant, and the screams are becoming audible, even to the point where the person stops being responsive, and they can no longer hear the person in the other room, and they still, most of them, proceed to administer the shock against their own better judgment, as they beg the scientist that they ought to stop, and the scientist just goes, "We need to finish the experiment. Please continue, sir. We have to finish the experiment," because people have a bias towards, caving to authority, basically, and that's essentially where we find ourselves in this world right now. So that's what that's what Active Shooter was sort of referring to. Absolutely. And then the prison guard experiment was separate, and I forget the details of that, but cut a long story short, you split a group of participants down the middle. You arbitrarily call some of them prison guards and some of them prisoners. And by the end of several days, you've got it going all the way to the head of the prison guards, and they start to truly mistreat these so-called prisoners just because of this sort of hierarchical designation or line that has been drawn. It's amazing. Human psychology is so fucking,
it is
crap.
Yeah.
And they were basically unable to stop until the scientists said, the experiment's over.
Yes, exactly. Well, that was the line. Exactly, that was the line they kept using. Yeah, but yeah, pretty dark stuff.
Or whether they just enjoyed it or whatever.
Yeah, compulsively exercising their control that they were given.
Yeah, I wonder if it comes from some sort of infantile, I don't know, some sort of infantile praise. I don't know, wanting mommy, daddy's praise or something, or maybe it's, who knows what that whole power struggle is.
Or you subconsciously you think, I can always. There's always a get out that I was being told. I was just following orders.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
Well, that's always in your mind. So yeah, go
on. Vince, sorry to butt in. I might just add this, and then I want to hear what Wagon's got to say to Vince then. But Nemo's saying, I just want to read it out because it's right on. Free will is non-existent, folks. We don't make choices. We are all slaves. What a relief. We can sit back and relax and stop judging others and ourselves. So fucking deep and true, by the way. So true. Mm-hmm. Well, you know what, Wagon, did you have some thoughts? Sorry, I didn't mean to butt in.
I actually have some thoughts on what Nemo said, and
Yes.
everybody assumes who's driving the vessel, and
Right.
like he was saying, like you don't know if it's God or if it's Satan. So to judge somebody without knowing who's driving that vessel is detrimental to your own travels.
Right on. I'm just sorry, my attention is drawn to Rufus. I do apologize, Wagon. To what Rufus is saying as a retort to Nemo there. Nemo, clearly you don't practice what you preach. That is religion for you, mate. It's realization, Ruthless. If if that misconception that you're operating from prior, the ego complex, the conception that you are truly with agency, when actually it's very limited at best, isn't it? Based on the previous moment or the current circumstance or your previously formed tendencies, and wants and desires and all the different things that act upon us in any moment. Where's the agency? I mean, I know people like to give them a little pat themselves on the back, like the sort of Jordan Peterson sort of line. We act as though we have agency, and when we don't treat each other as if we have agency, then people don't like it. Well, that's a bit of a I don't know, man. Is that sophistry, Vince? I just don't really know, man. But whatever it is, it's a bit cheap for me. Go on, Vince. Come in on that.
Possibly a bit of a get out. Do I mean a get out or a cop out? Yeah, I'm not sure what I'm not sure what I didn't come prepared for these deep questions.
Well, no, I thought you heard you poised. Sorry to come in then, so I do apologize. I might have misheard you breathing and thought you had something pertinent to say. How
you
dare
breathed.
Yeah,
don't breathe.
You don't breathe, Vince. Whatever you do, you'll be put on.
Unless you want to
spot.
speak.
Say something clever now. No, well, Rufus. All I'm saying to that, anyway, real quick, is just it doesn't amount to religion, does it? Because it is possible to sort of resonate with that which is more so and represent that which is not less so. And if you come into alignment with a better representation of our true cosmology, right, then it's just to realize that a realization-based thing that you realize you haven't got true agency, free will. And yeah, and you stop judging others. This I can think of worse things, Ruthless, and that's not necessarily dogmatic, is it? That's realization, my man.
It's more philosophy than religion, I think. More philosophy than religion.
And what's the designation? What's the difference, though? How would you define?
I think philosophy takes more than just dogmatic. I just think it covers a broader spectrum. You know, when you get into dogmatic arguments, they're very specific to religion, whereas I think philosophy is more specific to humanity.
Right, more general terms, more of a sort of generic approach. General approach.
Right. Of more of the human mind.
Right. So
and the way that we. Yeah.
So to sort of help. I think what Wagon's basically saying, Ruthless, is essentially at the very most you could claim he's being philosophical, and at the very least, it's coming from a place of realization. Wagon, are you having to mute every time you're not speaking? Yeah, because you're really having to work hard with your background noise, presumably.
Are you stalking my mute button?
I can't hear you. No, I can't. I can see you doing it, but
I knew you could see me.
No, but I can see it, but I can't hear you. So you're doing a top job, but keep doing what you got to do, whatever it is you got to do. It's fine. I'm just curious as to why.
It's just good manners to mute yourself when you're not speaking, I think.
I agree. Thank you, Vince. I agree.
It's not very useful when you mute yourself whilst other people are asking you to be engaged in a conversation, Vince. That's your problem.
Ooh.
You mute yourself every time you should speak.
I haven't muted myself.
I mean metaphorically. I mean because you were beaten into a pulp as a child for it. How dare you be heard? Children should be seen, not heard, or whatever, right?
To a pulp.
There you go.
Okay, I'm now going to be silent for the rest of the fucking stream.
reflexively muting himself.
Spitefully.
I know. Well, Well, just on the off chance that I'm pretty sure he's joking, but yeah, I'm only playing. What were we saying?
You were complaining.
Yeah. Well, I feel like being quiet now. Well, guys, it's been pretty good, hasn't it? Where the fuck is Icon or Brandy or anyone? Do you guys not want to come up then? Because we're pretty much at the end of it. Maybe we should just. Is it because we got into dodgy territory? So now no, it isn't. Because at the end
I think
of the day,
Icon said that he's a little blazed for
Did
this.
he? Oh,
Yes.
I missed that. Okay, well, thank you. And Brandy's sort of busy, isn't she? To be fair. All right. Well, you know what? At the end of the day, it's been all right as a first one. I think we've had 4 people up in all. Vince, is there anything you want to lead with? Sort of just talk some stuff yourself, because I'd be happy to sort of steer wherever you want to go. Honestly, mate.
No.
All right. All right then. Don't want to talk about sloths and how amazing they are or anything like that.
Ruthless
All
said
right.
he has a crack addiction, a female crack addiction. I just think that's so funny. Stupid.
Well, fair play. Well, Ruthless could sort of come up, couldn't he, for a second and just be annoying for a bit. Do you want to come up and be annoying, Ruthless, for a little bit with us? I'm only playing, mate, obviously, as you know. Well, the link's up there, mate. If you want to grab the link, that's what what's he saying? Oh, right. Wagon, you can lead a little bit, honestly, hon. I'm happy for you to do it.
Oh, you would like me to lead?
Well, that's it. Well, maybe you don't have anything to say, man. It's fine. But I'm just.
Oh, well, Jesus.
I'm just blasting through the chats and seeing if there's anything interesting, and I'm just discovering how boring the fruit flies are.
I was going to say, Vince, we must be
Fruitfly.
boring him to sloth state.
Yeah, sorry. Why don't we just talk about Hiveless?
Yeah, okay, do
it. Autistic, lack of social skills.
Well, I'm making a career for myself from this brand of this type of autism. This brand of autism. Oh, hang on, let me get this, guys. Sorry, I do apologize. Icon says, Ruthless, there was someone here in the States that just got out of prison for killing when he was 13. Oh, right. If I see the article again, I'll email the link. Okay. Well, that was worth fucking reading, wasn't it? Well, I didn't, because it looked like a big, a juicy one, like someone said.
A big piece.
And then I'm like, oh, they're just having their own conversation. To be fair, that's what I did leave you to it at the end of the day. Oh, hang on, I got a new person in, so I got to acknowledge the new person. Active shooter, that second experiment with the guards got cut short. Did it? Yes, because they were actually starting to do things to them on the train, right? Yeah. Right. What new person? Hello, new person. Joe DJ. Hello, Joe DJ. Well, it looks like they have us trained pretty well. It's a nice avatar. I love your cat.
Meow.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Well, they do have us trained very well. That's absolutely right. Well, not us, because we actually see what's up. So we're the ones that don't fall for the spell. But yeah, for the majority of peeps, yeah, peeps are cowardly little suckers. In fact, there's a little. You ever met in Men in Black? There's a really good bit of dialogue, but when they're sitting on the bench, when I think he's first. Who's the agent called? Tommy Lee Jones is first talking to Will Smith and talking to him about humans and human nature, and how he talks like individually humans are brilliant, but people are scattery little scared cowardly twats, basically. And it's a good little speech if anyone can find it. Not for now, but retrospectively. But yeah, it's basically true.
It's true, though. And you know what it is? It's that hive mentality, the hive mentality.
Yeah. Oh,
that's destructive.
Bringing it full circle. Oh, my God.
My pleasure. My pleasure.
Oh, adding to the Meta B universe there. Totally awesome. And great instincts.
Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, my God. I kissing each other's ass on a live stream. Oh my! It's not that type of live stream. I swear. Well, guys, it's come to a natural end where we're just not saying shit. And Vince, I actually think I'm actually genuinely concerned that I might have annoyed you, even though I was genuinely just playing.
Is that working then?
Is what working? Which bit?
I've shit you up. That's good.
Oh, okay, right, okay. Well, all right, guys. Well, there you go. We've fucking done something, haven't we? And did you say? I think Icon's just not coming up. So unless it's because there's already people on, let me just. You know what I'm going to do quickly? Just blast the bottom, and I've just missed all your chats, but fuck it. Icon, respond to me right now, brother, in the chat, and tell me that you can't jump on. Is it because there's already 3 up and you can't get 4 on the version of StreamYard I'm on? Have you been trying to get on and you can't, or are you just like, I don't want to be associated with the sequel to Snakes on a Plane? So I'm waiting for your response, brother, but I just want to see what you've got to say. But there you go. Yeah, well, we'll see what he says, and if Icon's not having it, because I did expect him to jump on, to be fair, but he doesn't seem to be doing it. I got it. I don't know what he's saying. What's Brandy saying? Brandy, yeah, Brandy, you're not having it either, hon. No, not up for it. Well, this has worked, hasn't it, guys? Do you remember what I called it tonight? Did you notice? I think the title's having a sort of bit of a magic effect on the conversation. 15 minutes of drain. Do you think that's what's happening? Did I accidentally magic this into existence?
And 5 seconds of magic.
I thought that's what I was supposed to be doing, draining all the life
out of the fucking shit and the roof. Shit,
just fulfilling the brief.
Well, to be fair, Vince has done a good job in that respect. Yes, and Scratch and Go Crazy has just turned up, and you know what? I actually did see Icon respond, so let me just. Icon saying, what's he saying? Toasted and chill. So he ain't having it. Yeah, he's not.
Told you.
All right, well, fair play. Well, let me just, for a laugh, just see if Scratch and Go Crazy. Scratch and Go Crazy, did you want to come on, mate? You can. Going, gone. One last chance, anyone. And otherwise, I should be going anyway soon because it's a little bit late. And people be going to bed and ting, as you well know, because I tell you that all the time. But I'm going to give you anyone one last chance to jump on if they want it. But if you don't, I'll close it down, basically.
Well done, mate.
All right. Thanks, Wagon. Well, so basically, just so everyone knows the format, tomorrow is the Friends Simulator, which is live comedy roast, and it's hilarious, with the haunted cat called Haunted Slippers, where we hang around a deep, dark forest waiting for Tipsy Buffalo to come back from the watering hole, and we sit and wait until we can roast them. Roast the life out of them. So if you want to join us on that, that's fucking funny. And then Saturday, Vince, how we set for Saturday? We still wanted to do the 8-bit karaoke Poor Man's Disco stream.
If you still want to do it, then yeah.
All right. Well, if you haven't committed suicide over me, remind you what school was like, then yeah. All right, I'm up for it.
I'm just looking for my rope.
Oh shit.
Right, a note to end this.
That's the easiest way that I've heard. So yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Just
all right, guys. Okay, Wagon.
In fact, instead of killing myself, why don't I just come round to your house and do it to you?
If talking about the
just hang me too.
Right, well, if talking about the coof doesn't do it, I'm pretty sure that giving actual usable, actionable advice on best methods could possibly do it. But what's
I'm not sure if this live stream is going to make it to YouTube, to be honest.
Yeah. Oh, right. Well, yeah, you're making me think now. But to be fair, no one's actually said anything. If everyone checks, because that's the magic of words and meaning, isn't it? No one's actually said anything dodgy. Although, honestly, Susan Wojcicki will stretch her imagination to find some fucking thing. Let's fucking face it at the end of the day.
Yeah, and how can you be offended by a movie called Rape on a Train? I mean, what is the problem?
I will just say, like, unreal though on that one, and I don't know for anyone watching that might have possibly been offended by that. When you ever watch like true American roast comedy, there's a culture of it's like an exorcism of what they call it, killing sacred cows. Vince, what's the line that I'm looking for there?
That's offensive to vegetarians.
But
killing sacred I'm not sure if that is a phrase, but I know what you mean.
There's something like that anyway. Killing sacred cows. It's like it's basically saying the thing you shouldn't say. And honestly, American roast comedy is like this sort of answer to puritanical frigidity of like fear of talking about certain stuff. So it just sort of cleanses the mental space, which
anything goes. Yeah, anything goes.
Yes, intellectually, anything that can be sent up is worth sending up, and it's sort of it's in part sort of related to that idea of defend free. What's the free speech line I'm looking for there? Anyone? What's the line? there's a line that I'm looking for. Vince, can you help me out, brother? Where you sort of, you push free speech to the boundaries.
Pushing the envelope.
Well, that's not what. Well, that sounds like something I'd like to do with one of my unpaid members of staff soon. But,
that wasn't even funny. That was not even funny.
Well, no, but there's a bit of a backstory there, to be fair, Wagon. But Wagon, on the real, would you like to be my postman?
No, absolutely not. I'm out of stance. I'm out of stance.
All right, fair enough. Well, you know what the rule is there, though. Even when a joke falls on its arse, just keep going, and you will make it funny in the end. I've started to learn that. That's why I just keep talking for ages, because somewhere in there, it was, well, it was all right. But there you go. Right. Well, basically, everyone's not up for it. I think I'm getting the idea. All right. Well, fuck it, guys. Well, what I'll do is I'm just going to play the normal sort of crazy outro that matches that start tune. The one with all this sort of people dancing. By the way, Vince, can I just ask you on a technical note, that new outro you sent me with a little better fade on it? Thank you for doing that. Has it nudged ever so slightly out of time, do you think, or are my eyes deceiving me?
I don't think so.
All right. Well, I'm just going to assume it hasn't. Hopefully, it's all right. But it looked almost like it. I think what it needs is just tightening up so it's all in sync one day. And we probably should.
I mean, it was never really in time properly to begin with, as you know.
No, sure. I just felt like maybe it's got nudged somewhere or other, slightly out, because I think some of the bits, at least the Charlie
into time.
Well, I think the Charlie Chaplin thing looks slightly more out of time than it had done previously. But then I didn't really study it. I just watched it once through, and that was the impression I got. But I'll try and play it anyway. And if it's no good, we'll soon know about it. But yeah. Well, guys, it's been all right, hasn't it? Oh, Oracles and Beyond's just got here. Oh my God, Oracles and Beyond might actually jump up, to be fair. Although I think everyone's sort of at the end of their tether, literally in Vince's case, dangling from a beam. But yeah, Oracles and Beyond. Did you want to jump on or not, honey? Because we've sort of done a long one already. In all honesty,
we've done a long one.
Yeah. A long one. Yeah, I see. Well.
Yeah, see how long it's been.
Oh, you know what Oracles is doing right now, by the way? She's sharing us out, and I think because she's bothering to do that, then I'm going to give her the link just in case she wants to jump on, because the grift is almighty and the grift is real. And even though I've already done 22 hours 22 minutes, if she's game, then I'm always good for I'm always good a bit of good for some. From hard shilling Oracles and Beyond, because I'm looking forward to getting to raid you one day, but I need more than 3 of us to be able to do it properly.
Proper.
Do you know what raiding is, Vince? Did you hear all that shit yesterday?
I do not.
It's bringing a bunch of people from one stream and jumping into another one and sort of just bedazzling them with views.
Okay.
It's an act of love in the streaming community to be raiding each other.
Raid them proper.
Yeah. So there you go. But
I like your attempt at a British accent. Keep trying.
It wasn't terrible. Well, actually, you know what I might do? I wonder if maybe she's not game for it. I mean, yeah, you don't have to Oracles and Beyond. I mean, I'm just saying, if you wanted to jump on, you could. But I'm just slightly worried that. Does anyone else know about StreamYard, the middle, the $25 version? Can I get more than 3 people on that one or not? What's the deal with that? Does anyone know the answer to that question? I don't know. What I might do, Vince, because you're not sort of feeling up to it, but or whatever. But yeah, I might. What's she saying? I love a good raiding. Oh my God. Oh my God,
Vince, you're the one not feeling it. You're the one.
I'm quite happy with that, to be honest.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Well, no. In mine and Vince's relationship, I've just got used to.
I'm just glad we're not in the same location.
I've just got used
to on a train.
I just got used to thinking for Vince because he's too slow for my liking in response.
Fuck you.
What the fuck?
So I just respond for him. In that way, it feels like I'm having a conversation.
Oh, you're so pretentious.
That's not pretentious.
That's a polite word for what you are.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, pretentious means arsehole.
Pretentious means you have an inflated sense of self-importance.
Surely
Well,
not.
I've just got an inflated sense of boredom is what it is.
I tell you what, let's never do this again. How about that?
No. Perfect.
No, Vince, it's all playful, mate. It's all good. It's all good as long as you can take the roasting. As long as you can take the roasting, it's all good. I promise. I promise. Right, what was everyone saying, man? Real quick. So, Oracles and Beyond. What is Oracle? Oracles, are you jumping on or not? Or are you just chilling? You not wanting to jump on Oracles or what? What's Active Shooter saying? Let me see. In fact, let me see Michael Hayward because I haven't seen Michael Hayward for ages. Michael Hayward. Oh, by the way, and can I just say to Oracles and Beyond? Sorry, I didn't label that because we were too busy having fun and fucking around. But Oracles and Beyond, thank you for sharing me out. You lovely, beautiful, beautiful goddess of the watering hole that gives me sugar water and helps the little bee guy get a little boost in his views. I appreciate it. Oracles, I love you. Thank you. Really appreciate it. Oracles does tarot, guys, and I'm going to totally get my tarot read by Oracles soon, very soon. Active shoot. Oh no, I was going to read Michael Hayward. Sorry, hang on. Michael Hayward, shooter's favorite move is the throw 'em and blow 'em. Right. Well, it's the blow 'em up and hump 'em, isn't it? I thought it was, but the same difference. Active shooter says in response, presumably, that's still the best avatar in the room, Michael. Don't listen to the mean what? What's that say? The ment that calls herself hell. What's meant? What did he mean?
I think he might have meant to say mean thought or something.
He said meanie underneath. Yeah, meanie. He's corrected it. Right. Well, yeah, Michael, get a real avatar. What the fuck are you doing? A purple letter M. I mean, look at all the imagination of everyone else. We've all tried. So lazy. What's your spirit animal? A dead sloth, Michael Hayward.
The bee juice is loose, man.
Ruthless. Internet is like pissing into an ocean of piss like never before. I mean, that's hilarious, Ruthless, but I don't even know quite what it means. Yeah, I do know exactly what it means. So, yeah. Or sludge. Can we replace piss with sludge there? Toxic sludge. Internet is like pouring toxic sludge into an ocean of toxic sludge. Yes, basically. Oracles and Beyond. My internet is buffering. Right, that's a no. But I'm going to use that as an excuse next time. That my girlfriend wants to have sex with me.
You're just too buff.
Oh, well, thanks. I can do 1.5 pull-ups. I can totally do it. I could do 5 press-ups though.
That doesn't count.
Scotty FJC by Brandy. All right. Well, he looks basically like no one's taking it. But then again, Oracles and Beyond has bothered to share it out. So guys, we've got to at least put on 10 more minutes of a show. Are you totally? Is this a nightmare, everybody? We've got Vince. You know what, Vince? I'm going to throw it to you, and I'm going to give you a chance to just fucking totally get this back, my man. Because I think you could, just for the sake of future edits, I reckon you could edit yourself some nice little promo material out of the next 10 minutes, mate. So come on, you take the wheel.
I don't know if we can. I don't know if we can pull it back from here.
Pull it. That's what she said.
Yeah, very funny. Good one. This is the kind of comedy that's. This is why you're one of the most famous live streamers out there, because of comedy like that.
Trying to milk that empty teat.
Oh my god. I don't. Oh, it's bringing about bad memories again. Shit. That's why I've. Yeah, that's why. What's it called again? That's why I never feel in a state of abundance. Yeah, it's reminding me of that empty fucking teat again. Okay, now. Yeah.
All right. Well, I'll plug my channel.
Yeah, do that at least. Exactly.
Go to Weird Messiah. I just got my name wrong
there. Go to Hosanna.
Weird Messiah. Well, go to weirdmessiah.com, and I shared my website with somebody the other day, and they said, "What a brilliant fucking website!" Because it is quite a treat. So Can you hear what I'm
helped you
saying?
develop that a little bit, didn't I? Yeah. You just cut out for a second, but I helped you
yeah.
develop the website a little bit, and I want to get into that a little bit. So, Weird Messiah is a weird, very cartoony website. It's quite the weird little journey, honestly, because of the word "weird," actually. And so, yeah, Vince, have you got a link, mate? Yeah, just get a link ready and just blast it in the chat or something.
That's a good idea. Yeah.
And you know what, Wagon, that goes for you. If you want to get a little link ready for your channel, go and subscribe to Weird Messiah, everyone. I'm not kidding. He's going to start doing at least premieres, of videos soon. You know, those little live premieres, possibly some little live content and stuff. So, you know, and you've seen him live on here before, and he's normally funny. So go and go and subscribe to Weird Messiah's channel. And Wagon, do you want to shill as well?
I don't know about all that.
Right.
What would you like me to say, mate?
Oh, well,
that was good.
What's that?
Bit of Cockney bollocks there.
Quite.
Active shooter. The smell of fish is really bad now. Are you coming for me, Michael?
Have you seen Mary Poppins by any chance?
Of course, mate.
Hello, Mary.
I was a little one then.
That's it. It's all about dropping the T's. There we go.
Knee high to a grasshopper.
Hey, actually, all right, let's do this then. Let's put Wagon on the spot. We haven't planned this, but I don't know if you can tell. Well, Wagon, could you sing me "Spoonful of Sugar," please? Since I am a bee.
Does it have to be in an English accent, mate?
No. It can be an Australian accent if you like.
Oh, blimey.
Just a spoonful of sugar.
Helps the medicine go down.
Just a spoonful of sugar makes the medicine go down.
The medicine
go down. The medicine go down.
Just go on.
That's all I really know.
So
Is there
bad.
more to it?
That was so bad, guys. I think I literally, my ears are bleeding, and I think my sub count's like on the drop.
No excuses.
Damn. No, you know what it is? Because we can't sync up, as you know. So when we try and sing in sync with each other, it's totally out of sync in real life. So it's yeah. But anyway, we tried though. Fuck it. I love that song. Though. Can I just say, like,
terrible.
Say that again, honey. You totally cut out for me then.
I said nobody wants to sing that song. It's terrible.
I love that song. The wisdom of that song. Just a spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go in the most delightful way. When the little honey bee is whatever that
mentions bees.
Yeah, the bee bit. The bee bit's awesome. Fuck you. Fuck you all. Sounds like I missed the fun. No, Cryptics Canada. No, definitely not. Didn't miss any fun. There was no fun to be had. Yeah, it's been this bad the whole time.
It's pretty bad.
Yeah, it's been pretty bad. No, there's been some moments, man, for sure. But yeah, where are we at? Active shooter.
Sing something else.
Oh, like what? What you into, Wagon? What music you into?
Well, it has to sound good. So, what can you sing that sounds good coming out of your mouth?
I can't do it because I was going to do Brandy's song the other day, Papa Roach. Cut my life into pieces, but I can't do it because it's too late, obviously. But I'd love to just scream that right now. Yeah. What can I sing? I don't know. Do what you want, man. I don't care.
I mean, I said I would sing my little rendition of Sunshine.
Okay, do it.
You want me to?
Yeah, you're in the music room. So yeah.
All right. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray. There, how's that?
I'm so glad you ended it prematurely. I was thinking, shit, we've started now. We're gonna have to carry on.
Oh yeah.
No, thank you, honey. I like your breathy voice, by the way. There was definitely a note in there that wasn't in the original, but yeah, I did like the breathy voice bit.
Well, I do have my own, you know what? Forget it.
I'm only playing, Wagon.
Just forget it, man.
I can't help myself. It's just the roast. It's just the roaster in me. It's that little haunted slippers dude for a Friday night roast. It's kind of started to possess me, and now I'm
this
just
is what
an
he
arsehole.
does, Wagon. He gets people on, convinces them to sing,
and then
when they don't want to, and then the minute they do, he just slags them off.
Yes, that's pretty much the whole script.
That's the show.
That's the show. I know. I'll get the fruit flies up, and they'll think they're in safe hands, but then I'll totally roast them live in front of their whole family and kin.
Where's the sugar?
No, I love that, honey. I love your balls and that you did that.
Sugar?
Where's the fucking sugar? Okay, I'll give you some sugar. It was beautiful. I like the breathy voice, and it sounded nice. I thought you just were slightly underconfident, and you did it too quick. So I wanted you to.
You know why? Because I sang the wrong version.
You know what it was, and you know what? I think you chose a key that was a little high for you. In all honesty, I think that's also the truth.
Right. Well, like I said, it was the wrong version. It was the wrong one.
No, you're good. You're good. All right, we'll rectify it now live on air. How are you going to fix this? Because you can
just
fix it.
5 seconds. Let me think about it.
All right, have a little meditate. Scotty FJC, absolutely icon. 1948, single for a plow.
I got it.
She's got it. All right, here we go, guys. We're gonna have a little new rendition of.
Ready?
Yeah, of what? Yeah. Okay,
you are my sunshine. Hold on, wait.
What can I do so that I can help you out? Here you go. I'll help you out. I'm just gonna get rid of you.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
Well, let me do it. Go on.
You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray. You'll never know, dear, how much I love you. So please don't take my sunshine away. Hey.
What version is that, man?
That's a jazz version.
That is
that's jazz. I told you I was singing the wrong version.
Oh my god! No. The jazz version is always the wrong version. That's all I'll say. Yeah. But what notes are they, and what key is that called?
I don't know. I'm sorry,
I
can't help you with that.
Well, I do respect you sharing because that is interesting. So, are you a music teacher? Honestly.
No, I'm not.
Oh right. Well, I love that. Can I try?
Something that my son and I do. We do a little that, little this, little that.
Well, I liked it. Really, Wagon, and I won't roast you. Okay.
Thank you so much.
Oh, well, everybody gives some sympathy claps to
give
Wagon.
Some sympathy. Give me some.
Some sympathy claps. Yeah. I'll give some sympathy clicks. Some sympathy jazz clicks.
I'm bowing. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
There you go. Sagi Paul, I saw a film the other day. It was called Pac-Man versus Superman, and a bit of a spoiler, but Pac-Man killed Superman. Then Superman came back as a ghost and killed Pac-Man. Awesome. I'll have to watch that, Sagi, later. Sounds like a totally cool meme. And by the way, what was it? The Joe Biden thing. Where's she gone? Oh, she's gone, unfortunately. Well, I don't know if she meant to go or if she can jump back on, but that's up to her. Let's go, Brandon. Vince, are you familiar with that?
Yeah,
that meme. Yeah,
I heard someone's done a rap song of it.
Oh, really?
That was hilarious.
Yeah, I haven't actually seen it yet, but Sagi Paul was telling me about it. I know all about it, but Sagi Paul told me about it, and anyway, I didn't follow it up, and then it came up. I think Nick from Science and Wonders ended up telling me about it. What was it? A crowd at some NASCAR event or something?
Or
something like that, right?
Football game or something.
Right, some crowd at. I thought it was a NASCAR event, but some fucking event. Started shouting, "Let's go, Brandon!" Oh no, sorry. They started shouting, "Fuck Joe Biden!"
Yeah.
And then the commentator tried to cover up and say that they were chanting, "Let's go, Brandon!" Right?
Yeah.
Very funny stuff, guys. Fucking brilliant. Well, you know what, guys? I've dragged this shit out, haven't I? And I don't know if Wagon's coming back on, but at the end of the day, I'm just going to probably
walked out in disgust
of her own rendition of You are my sunshine.
Yeah.
Way to roast yourself, man. Wow. Well, where are we at? All right, Vince, we've got anything particularly awesome to share? Otherwise, I'll probably close it down.
I've got one piece of wisdom to leave you with.
Awesome.
And it's this. The closer you look at something, the less clear it appears. That's just
Is that your excuse for why your girlfriend has to use a microscope?
Oh right. Well, I thought we'd leave it on a on a note of wisdom, but
Oh. So I can't help myself. All right, fine. No, I like that. The closer you look at something, yeah, because it escapes your study. It escapes. Nothing is actual in that fact, isn't there? Borders are a designation, but in the mind. Not that they don't mean fuck all and that you don't have to have consideration for them, but yes, they are merely designations of mind. Yes, I agree. Scotty FJC, I was looking into. Right, you're just saying some stuff to people about some stuff. Oh, and he's actually Mr. Boston here. Oh, right, hang on a sec. You know what? I didn't even clock Mr. Boston was in. Oh, right, let me just see. Because, sorry, if I'd known that Boston was in. Ruthless hagged the chat as usual. Right, hogged the chat as usual. Well, Boston, you're in a bit late, my man. And I've got to close it down because it's just been a total fucking, it's already everyone's tired. But Boston, you have to come in sooner next time. You knew the starting time and you were late. And I've already gone on almost an hour longer than I was going. But I want to thank Wagon. Wagon should have shielded herself, but everybody go and find Wagon Brett's channel and just give her a fucking sub, all right? And everyone also go. Vince, did you shield for yourself? Did you shield?
I did.
Link. Good. Well, if you want to show yourself again, so everyone can go and sub to you. Everyone go and sub to Weird Messiah as well. Everybody, I appreciate you coming, man. It's been. Who knows what the fuck it's been, but it's been something. Guys, I'll see you tomorrow at the Friend Simulator for some really super dark, edgy roast comedy. Okay. See you later, Vince.
See ya.
Bye, fruit flies.